is ABC Sports, home of the Bowl Championship Series.
For Oklahoma, will a Big 12 title, a Heisman Trophy, and a national championship shot be mission impossible? The undefeated Sooners battled to a 10-point win on the road at Kansas State 7 weeks ago. Tonight, for the Wildcats, a chance for redemption. It's the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship, and for the first time ever, it brings us outdoors. Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, and the matchup, the top-ranked and undefeated Sooners of Oklahoma against the number 7 Wildcats of Kansas State. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler, and welcome to Kansas City. You know, in an exciting and sometimes quirky college football season, it seems pretty fitting that after 1,271 games in Division 1A, the very last game before the bowl season has so much at stake. And the math is pretty simple. Oklahoma wins, they go to the Orange Bowl to play for the national championship. If Kansas State can win, they'll be in the BCS in the Fiesta Bowl. My partner, as always, is Bob Greasy. Bob, if this was a movie for Oklahoma, they'd call it The Hunt for Red October. They went through that stretch where they were beating everybody up and scoring 45 points a game. Where's their offense been the last 3 weeks?
Well, there's no way they could have continued the pace that they were on the first 7 or 8 weeks of the season. Secondly, I think a lot of teams started showing some respect for the spread offense and for Josh Heupel. They started not pressuring him so much and started playing some soft zones.
While it happens in the National Football League that you can play a team twice in a season and sometimes more, very rarely does it happen in college football. Here's a rematch, and here's Bill Snyder with a week off last week, 2 weeks to prepare for the game.
And I think in a situation like this, the loser has an advantage in the rematch, and I think definitely a team that has 2 weeks to prepare, both physically and mentally, has the advantage in this ballgame.
All right, we've talked a little about the offense and the defense. The all-important special teams will play a role tonight. With more on that, third man in our crew, Lynn Swan. Swanee?
Thank you, Brad. You mentioned 1,271 games. Let's condense it even further. This ball game could come down to 1 punt or 1 punt return. These two teams have been phenomenal. If you look at the records combined, they've blocked 6 punts, they've had 6 punts blocked, and they returned 5 for touchdowns. And they have young men with speed to burn. For Kansas State, Aaron Lockett, he is unbelievable, averaging over 21 yards every time he catches the ball on the punt. And if you look at T.J. Thatcher, he's returned 2 for touchdown. He is a burner. Brad, these returners will have one motto in the game tonight, and that will be make something happen and make something happen fast.
And Swanee, I know you know better than anybody, the place is rocking, and if we needed any more drama, will the Heisman Trophy pass through Kansas City tonight? Josh Heupel might have some say in that.
Remember the A-Team? Now there was an odd bunch of individuals. They always had some cockamamie scheme to get out of a jam. It never sounded like it would work, but of course it always did. Week after week, same time, same channel. Those were my boys. The Ford F-150 Super Crew. Built Ford Top.
Come on, United. Come on.
Football, eh? Reminds me of my days with United. Incredible. We won the cup. Back in 35 it was.
With a smarter search on your MSN homepage, you'll find everything you're looking for faster.
Tougher then.
Usually on the first try.
Oh, scored a hat-trick.
So which one are you doing, Grandad?
I was away when they took this, and I was fighting in Africa. Mosquitoes, malaria.
Nah, I've never really been serious about investing. Mutual funds, all that other stuff. When I got money, I spend it.
They're ready for you.
All right, thank you. Hey, can't take it with you.
People who live day to day don't need to take investing seriously. For the rest of us, there's the Hartford Mutual Funds. The Hartford mutual funds. Bring it on.
Have your bags been in your possession since you packed them? Did you know your company's stock just jumped 13%?
No.
Did you know Geldman got food poisoning and can't make the meeting?
What?
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to check your email before you board.
How?
Here. It's the Sprint PCS Wireless Web for Business. You can access your company's network, use email, share information in real time. And the calls are clear.
Thanks.
Thank him.
The Sprint PCS Clear Wireless Workplace. Because business can't wait.
Arrowhead is alive on a cool night in Kansas City. And Lynn Swann is with Bob Stoops on a 32-degree night. Swanee.
Thank you, Brad. Coach Stoops, you guys have done great. People have told you what a great season is, but does everything hinge on this one game?
Well, for us it does. We're not going to accept any satisfaction until after this football game. We're going to go after this game, and those other 11 games, you can let them go. It's all riding on this one game. It's a great atmosphere, isn't it?
It's a great atmosphere. Do you have to fight the feeling to be a little bit more conservative in a big ball game like this because so much is on the line?
Not at all. We're going after it. We don't have anything on the line.
That's the attitude.
That's right.
Brad?
Bill Snyder has never coached against a #1 ranked team, but Kansas State as a team is 0 for 8 against #1 ranked teams, and he's 5-5 against Oklahoma. Tim Duncan's got it teed up as Oklahoma won the toss and deferred, and back deep for Kansas State, Aaron Lockett, and he can, as Swanee said, make a big play in a hurry. This one's going to bounce to the 8-yard line of Terrence Newman, and Newman comes near side, found a little bit of room, and got out with a flag flying in to about the 28-yard line. And we may have an illegal block on the opening kickoff. Our referee's Randy Crystal. Not the way that Kansas State wanted to start things off.
And you hope this is not a sign of things to come.
Right. It's a holding call. And for Kansas State this year, the second most penalized team in school history. Jonathan Beasley will bring him out. There's his numbers, an even 50%, 16 passing touchdowns, and tied with his teammate Josh Scobie for the Big 12 lead in rushing touchdowns, also with 16. Bob, he's not a polished passer, but he gets the job done pretty well.
He's versatile. He gets around, and not a very accurate passer. He goes for the big plays, averaging 17.5 yards per completion.
So they'll have to work with a penalty from their own 14-yard line. They shift into an I backfield with Scobie the tail from the 14, and he'll get the call. Got 2, maybe 3. Ran right into Ryan Fisher. Let's take a look at the Dr. Pepper starting lineups. Up front, the big eaters for Kansas State. Stevenson, Eby, Cummins is an all Big 12 performer. Robertson and Barnett. Scobie the tailback with Rock Cartwright his lead man. Myers the tight end, and Morgan and Lockett can change a game in the blink of an eye. Second down and 7. Just underway in a noisy Arrowhead Stadium. And there's Quincy Morgan. On the ground, a Cartwright. And the Rock got it out to about the 24-yard line. He might have gotten a first down with that last little push. Defensively for Oklahoma, Heineke, Fisher, all conference, Holliman and Callens. The linebacking core is about as good as it comes. Stephen Marshall, who saved some games, and Rocky Kalmus is a Butkus finalist. And the secondary looks like this. Thompson, Thatcher with 8 interceptions. Williams might be the best strong safety in the league, and Derek Strait as well back there in the back 4. And that's J.T. Thatcher. 8 interceptions on the season, ties a school record.
The big play written all over Thatcher.
Boy, does he ever. But Cartwright, his extra effort got him a first down just inside the 25-yard line. Play action. Beasley wants it all. Going long. We're going to have an incompletion and no penalty marker. Aaron Lockett's looking all over the field as Michael Thompson was with him stride for stride. They incidentally got their feet tangled up, apparently. No penalty marker.
Third play of the game. Play action. Lockett goes deep. Little shove there by Thompson, 19. And the ball was in the air, so it could have been called, but so, you know, early in the ball game, I think they're going to let him play a little bit.
So it brings up 2nd down and 10.
Lockett is not very big. He's only 5'7" and 165, so any little push and he's going down.
And that's with marbles in his pockets. He's not very big. David Allen splits out as a 3rd wide out of the backfield. And here's a quarterback draw on Beasley. And Beasley banging his way for some positive yardage. The ball is loose. Oklahoma says they've got it. They do. And the Sooner fans on their feet for Roy Williams.
Well, the Sooners were going after the ball. He's a right-handed quarterback carrying it in his left hand. That's Marshall, I think, that pulled it out. There it is on the ground. Nobody knows it's out. Marshall knows it's out.
And Rocky Calmus pointing in the Sooners' direction.
32 takeaways for the defense on the year. That's almost 3 a game for the Sooners.
Let's see if Oklahoma can take advantage of the turnover. They might try to do it on one play. Heupel play action goes downtown. Got him inside the 5. Andre Woolfolk, and it's 1st and goal, Oklahoma.
Woolfolk, the wide receiver, goes to the post immediately. Single coverage out here. Nobody in the middle of the field. See, there's nobody down here in the middle. Could have thrown the ball more to the inside. It may have been a touchdown if he'd led him across the field.
23-yard pickup, and it's 1st and goal. Griffin dives maybe to the 2.
Griffin, the ball carrier.
Josh Heupel, who threw a strike on his first pass, 18 touchdowns, almost 3,200 yards, and the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year.
Hasn't lost a game this year. I mean, when you stop to think where Oklahoma started, they started at 20th in the nation and moved them up, beat the #1 team, Nebraska, Kansas State #2, all on his shoulders.
Griffin, 16 rushing touchdowns on the year. They're showing blitz, and whistles will halt play here as Heupel started to roll out with it.
Anytime you see those guys up there, and then one of the offensive linemen will normally budge a little bit when they see the linebacker inside blitzing.
Prior to the snap, ball start on the offense.
Ball start, Oklahoma.
5-yard penalty and remains 2nd down.
Bob Stoops, his team with an opportunity here after the fumble recovery to take the early advantage. But now they're backed up outside the 5-yard line and 2nd and goal at the 7. 3 wideouts will trot out to the near side. And Trent Smith, the tight end, up to the top of your screen. Heupel from the gun. The quick throw to his tight end. He caught it on the 2nd try. He's got it at the 1-yard line.
Trent Smith is a tight end, but he's 6'5" and 227. They almost treat him like a tall wide receiver. They split him out to the wide side, almost like a wide receiver would be, and they throw the slant to him. Knocks it down, and then he gets a fortunate bounce. It's on the 1-yard line.
He caught it twice. Seth Littrell, the fullback, is a single setback. 3rd and goal at the 1. It's Heupel trying to do it himself.
He didn't get it the first time.
They're still unpiling bodies, and no word from the officials. He didn't get in. It's 4th and goal.
I think this is a situation where you're going to go for it. You got a break on the turnover. You're down on the 1-yard line. Even if you don't make it, you leave them on the 1-yard line.
Exactly. You leave them 99.5 away. Quentin Griffin trots back in. He's not the biggest back in the world, but he can smell the end zone. He's done it 16 times this year.
And he scored 6 times earlier this year in 1 game against Texas.
They'll spread him out. Shotgun. 4th and goal. Griffin didn't get there. Thought of, hey, he's got him. Big goal line stand for Kansas State. Huge. Griffin on a quick opening draw to the shotgun, couldn't get there.
Phil Bennett, the defensive coordinator, blitzes Kazar, number 54. That disrupts the timing and allows the other Wildcats to get there.
What a big stop. Kansas State on offense when we come back.
Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world go around and round. You pick it up, you can't put it down. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price, like the tasty chicken tender sandwich, delicious flame-broiled bullseye barbecue deluxe burger, or zesty jalapeno poppers. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great tasting food every day. Got the urge?
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
54-yard field goal. 5 seconds left. Their season all comes down to this. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It's good. It's done. It's all over.
Philips Digital Recorder with TiVo. Pauses live TV and a lot more.
Last week, millions watched as these women battled through basic training. But now comes the tear gas chamber. And worse. Will they make it? 2020 Downtown, Monday.
Josh Heupel threw 2 strikes on that drive, but they come up short on 4th and goal. Bob Stoops made the decision to go for the touchdown. They were inside the 1, and Kansas State came up with a huge goal line stand. So now they take over the shadow of their own goalpost, and Scobie is leveled by Roy Williams. Let's go back to that goal line stand, Bob.
Yeah, great play by Kansas State. A blitz. Kazar, the linebacker, right here is going to shoot into the gap. Fadafehi right here, the defensive tackle. Watch these 2 guys play. Kazar disrupts it. Fadafehi, 75, gets around his man. And Yates, number 12, gets in there and no chance. What you need in that situation is a big fullback leading your tailback.
There's part of the emotional inspiration on that defense. Fadafehi made some big plays all year long. Here's a quick throw out to Morgan, and Morgan kneeled down, I believe, when he made that catch. I think his knee touched.
Yeah, it was a low throw, and he had to go down to make sure he caught it, and the knee was on the ground.
Quincy Morgan, that's his 101st career catch. And he's got the single-season receiving record over 1,100 yards. Closing in on Kevin Lockett's touchdown mark. And, of course, Kevin's little brother, Aaron, already playing in this game and has made a catch. It's a 3rd down and 7. And there's Lockett.
For Kansas State, you got to be careful throwing the ball from down in this area.
Here comes a blitz. Beasley's in trouble. Got rid of it. Batted in the air. Nobody could get there. Torrance Marshall, the linebacker, got his hand on it.
Torrance Marshall has made himself huge in this game already. Only 2 defensive possessions. Once he stripped the ball loose and caused the fumble. Secondly, now he's on a blitz, times his jump properly, and knocks the ball away.
Not a nice spot to have to punt from either. You got to have a perfect snap. And J.T. Thatcher waits at midfield.
Normally you want 14 yards for your punter.
They're stretching that limit right now. Snaps clean.
Return, no block.
High kick, but short, very short. Thatcher will take the fair catch at the 38-yard line. So again, great field position for Oklahoma after just a 33-yard punt. And Josh Heupel will have his second chance to try to get the Sooners down in the end zone.
Online brokers have a game. It's called Who's Got the Cheapest Trade. So you spend time comparing prices instead of comparing resources. Judging how good the deal is rather than judging how good the information is. Investing isn't a game. You need to trade online with trusted advice and better information. Morgan Stanley Dean Witter.
Move your money. Get well connected.
Introducing the Live Life on the Edge side of Ford Outfitters. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters. No boundaries.
Yeah, it's called The Legend of Zelda, and there's this renegade moon that comes crashing into the earth. That was Grandma.
And you've got a video game to play, mister.
We're all counting on you, son.
Sorry, I've got to go save the world.
Drink Dr. Pepper and enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win the ultimate video game room. Instant win prizes include a Nintendo 64 game system, the new Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask game, and free Dr. Pepper.
The moon's not getting any further away, genius.
Play like there's no tomorrow.
Down here, is it?
No score here in the first quarter. The starting field position's been all Oklahoma. Second possession for them. They work from the 38. Heupel going deep. Man's out there, just overshot Woolfolk, who we hooked up with for 23 yards on the first series. Let's check our Dr. Pepper starting lineups. Here's the big uns up front. Romero, Duncan, Burcham, and all Big 12 performers, Skinner and Kempenick. Savage and Fagan, Woolfolk and Norman, the four wideouts that'll be rotated, and Quentin Griffin, the starting tailback. And Quentin Griffin can catch the ball, too.
He's a tailback with 38 catches on the year.
And he's got exactly the same amount of yardage as Scobie for Kansas State. Here comes the blitz. They'll try it again. Same play. Incomplete. Nice coverage. Nice shot. Carter stayed right there.
Yeah, Kansas State very fortunate there. A blitz on, single coverage down there. Carter didn't see it. Woolfolk did, but he didn't come down with it.
I think if Josh gets a little more on that pass, it might be a touchdown, Bob. He underthrew him a little bit.
He did, and he saw it. Carter did not see it, but did a nice job of breaking it up. He said he's coming back for something. Now he looks back late. Good job of the defender.
Josh has thrown 4 passes, 3 toward Woolfolk. They're showing blitz again. Let's see if they bring it on 3rd and 10. Now the tight end Smith comes in tighter for some protection.
There's the linebackers up there. There
They're coming. Heupel, plenty of time. Fires complete. Inside the 25, and it's Damian Mackey, and it's a first down, Oklahoma. When you got that kind of time with that kind of heat coming, Grease, there's got to be somebody open.
Well, you know, they did a little blitz, but it was a zone blitz. They dropped a lot of guys back. He didn't have the center of the field open. It's a nice wrinkle by Kansas State, but give Heupel credit. He found the open guy.
Comes up with a big pass play on 3rd and 10, and that's first down at the 24.
Kansas State has had 2 weeks to prepare and has thrown some new things. All 11 guys up here within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
They almost jumped offside. And now Heupel to go to work again. Throws, wide open man, threw it behind Woolfolk. That would have been a touchdown. Defensively for Kansas State, here's how they look. Beisel and Robinson. Badafehi we've seen make a big play already, and Chris Johnson leads them in sacks. Couple of linebackers. Kazar's back in there after being injured, and Lieber is one of the leaders defensively. They'll play a lot of defensive backs, as you might guess. Butler, McGraw, Cooper, Tyler's the nickel, Carter the corner, and Proctor will play in dime situations.
And they're being very aggressive. None of the soft zone stuff.
Nope. 3 wideouts to the left side for Heupel. He's looking the other way, though, and he's flushed. Throws to Norman, who made a great catch out in front of him, and the big fella gets it down, and he might have a first down at the 14-yard line.
You know, Heupel is so good. He does a lot of good qualities and a lot of nice things, one of which is avoiding. Watch his feet. He doesn't try and bring the ball down and run. He just slides around, buys some time, and then gets the ball to a receiver.
This one's close enough to look at. Norman is one wicked target because he's 230 pounds on a 6'2" frame, and he used that physicality to get where he got. Now we'll just see about the spot. A little bit short. About a foot short. Josh Heupel, that was the most given up by Kansas State in the air all year. He was near perfect, 78%, 374 and 2, and he ran for one.
Hey, this is not chopped liver they're going against either. Kansas State, second best defense in the nation. They only give up 168 yards through the air on the average.
Heupel already tonight, Bob, in this first quarter looks more like he did in October than he has in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they're giving him some shots. There's some single coverage downfield. They've just had good coverage. Question going in was, they were going to be soft zones or were they going to come after him? They've done pretty much what their defensive scheme's been all along.
Third down and a foot.
Look at this. Here they come again.
Heupel changing things up.
There's a linebacker right here. Linebacker's up.
He'll give it to Griffin. He's hitting the backfield again. This time it's Ben Lieber, the defensive captain. Boy, they're coming up with big plays when they need them.
Lieber is a junior, and he's the captain, and he just came in and just stuffed it. This defensive line is very good and very aggressive for Kansas State.
So this time, Bob Stoops says, let's try to take the 3. Tim Duncan will come out. Duncan on the year, 11 out of 19. Going to try a 32-yard field goal. Smack in the middle of the field. And our scoreless tie is broken. The Sooners, with great field position, still can only muster a field goal. They wanted more, but they do lead by 3.
The family has always put in the forefront to protect the quality and the standards set by Adolphus Busch.
The deep sense of pride that my grandfather taught me, that my father continues to teach me.
I think he would be very happy that the generations of his family have practiced what he taught us.
Mom, Dad, hey, it's me, Steve. This year, to avoid any confusion, I'm putting my wish list on video. All I want is a computer. Now, hold on, Dad. It's just $849 for all of this. A Dell computer, speakers, monitor, 1 year of MSN internet access, an Intel Pentium 3 processor, which is awesome. And Dell will even throw in your choice of a free printer, free scanner, or free webcam. Because, Dad, I know how much you'll love free stuff. Mom, Dell's won more awards for service and support than any other computer company. And you don't even have to leave the house. All you have to do is call or go online. Anywho, happy holidays, your son, Steven.
Get what you want this holiday. A great computer with an Intel Pentium 3 processor and a free gift. All for $849. Call or go to Dell4me.com now.
Sunday.
Did you hate your mother? No. I loved her. I never wanted to kill her.
The Practice, ABC Sunday.
7:16 left in the first quarter. Only a 23-yard drive. Couple of minutes. 1:56 actually to elapse. Duncan's field goals put Oklahoma in front. Aaron Lockett, one of the fine return men in not just the Big 12, but the country, waiting on Duncan's kickoff. Lockett's got a beat on it right at the goal line. Aaron Lockett, great speed. Nice open field tackle at the 25-yard line. Savage down there to make the stop on the special teams.
All right, Jonathan Beasley, very smart, knows the offense inside and out, versatile, can run, get outside the pocket, scramble, more dangerous outside the pocket, and looks for the big play, and sometimes almost to a fault.
And he'll call his own number if there's a check off at the line as far as running the ball.
Yes, he will. He'll look around, and a lot of times he'll check. It'll be his own number, and a lot of times it'll be the option.
First down at the 25. Morgan in motion toward the ball, but it's the tailback, Scobie. Short gain, got a couple. Roy Williams comes up again. Boy, he will hit you, and he gets there from that safety spot in a hurry.
It's the best field position that Kansas State has had. They've started their first 2 drives on the 14, their own 14, and their own 2.
They got a couple on that one. Second down and 8. David Allen now is checked back in that tailback spot. And he'll flank out to the left side as he did the last time he came into the lineup.
Checking off.
And it'll be a draw play to the fullback. And Cartwright's got a first down. Penalty marker. Nope, it's not a penalty marker. Looked like a flag flying in, and they're saying Oklahoma has recovered the ball, but they haven't.
Cartwright is a real surprise. The fullback, the starting fullback, Lazatich, out for the year with concussions. This kid is not even in the media guide. He fumbles that ball and is fortunate that his teammate got it back.
It landed right between his knees, which helped the cause. He squeezed a little bit, and then he got help from his friends.
Well, he's not very big. He's only 5'8", 240 pounds, but he's a 4th-string fullback at the beginning of the season. Just barely got here in time for spring practice, or fall practice, excuse me.
Got here in late July. And a first down at the 36, so Kansas State's got a little room to work. Beasley comes up firing to Morgan. Morgan spins his way near the 44. Pickup of about 8. Michael Thompson made the tackle. Experience history through the eyes of the combat photographers who chronicled it. From executive producer Steven Spielberg comes Shooting War, hosted by Tom Hanks, Thursday at 9, 8 Central, right here on ABC. Trust me, folks, it's colder than those guys are making it look out here.
But it's not bad on the field. I was down there before, and it's not going to affect the play on the field.
And it's a lot better than it was last night when we had snow and wind and every other thing. Nice clear night so far, and a packed house at Arrowhead. Draw play again. Again, they get the first down. Out to midfield goes David Allen, as Allen slides his way for 6, and Fisher makes the tackle. Let's check in with Swanee.
Well, Brad, we're talking about K-State and how they love the big play. Let's compare their wide receivers to the Oklahoma wide receivers, and you'll see the difference in the numbers. 13 players from both sides have caught the ball. But look at that. 7 20-plus catches for OU, but for K-State, only 2, and you go down the line. And that tells the story. Keep also in mind that Quincy has 13 touchdowns, while it takes 4 receivers for Oklahoma to get to 14.
Boy, they just drilled one to Morgan. The ball came loose. They're going to say incomplete. Thompson separated him from the catch. That was close.
This ball is thrown too late. He was open for a long time. Morgan at the top of your screen going to run a little slant. Hit him with it right now. He waits too long, gets him too far. That gives the defensive back, is that Thompson, 19? Knocks it out.
Perfect timing on the hit by Thompson. And it's 2nd and 10 from midfield.
Yeah, but
you've got to get the ball to Quincy Morgan and Aaron Lockett.
And again, Beasley trying to be heard over the crowd, as are his running backs. Going to roll this time to throw. Fires incomplete in the dirt. Intended for Lockett. Actually, the closest person there was Ante Jones. 3rd and 10.
Bob and Brad, we're looking at 3rd and 10, and by all rights, it should not be that, because Quincy Morgan should have hung on to that particular pass. One of the things that's plagued this football team and a number of the receivers is that they're not very consistent when it comes to catching the ball. The last time these two teams met, if the receivers hadn't dropped so many passes, the outcome might have been very different.
Well, you're right about that, Swanee. They dropped a bundle, both those guys. Martez Wesley joins the group as a third wideout. 7th play of the Kansas State drive, and Oklahoma showing blitz. They'll come with it. Beasley's in trouble over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Lockett. Kalmus was in deep coverage from his linebacker spot. It was Corey Callens bringing the smoke.
Nobody was open. Only a 3-man route downfield, and everybody had a crimson shirt right next to him. Bill Snyder says, wait a minute now, didn't that guy push off?
Here's a guy that is second in the Big 12 in punt returns. The only reason he's second is because Aaron Lockett on the other team's number 1. Brown to punt. Thatcher had a 93-yard kick return in the first game against Kansas State. He's going to clear everybody out of the way, or try to. And he'll just have to let this bounce down inside the 15-yard line. Rolls dead at about the 13. Good punt, good coverage. And it'll be Oklahoma offensively after we remind you that college football on ABC Sports is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. Dell and Budweiser with a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. And I got a feeling, and I'm right, those are Budweisers. There's a few of those that have been consumed today in the parking lot of Arrowhead. Those guys obviously got a little antifreeze going, too.
They've been here all afternoon.
Yep. The crowd got here early. Heupel from the gun. On first down. Draw play. Going nowhere. Nice job defensively again. Robinson's there. So's Chris Johnson.
I'll tell you what, I've never, we do games all around the country. This defensive line, they have 3 defensive linemen that are in the top 4 on the team in tackles. We don't see that anywhere.
Ever.
We always see defensive linemen just taking up blocks, and then the linebackers and defensive backs come in to make the plays.
And they're in the top 15 in 4 major categories in the national rankings. You saw 3 of them there, including number 2 overall. 2nd down and 12 after they lost 2 on the draw play. Heupel pump fakes, wants to go long. Will for Wolfo. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dashad Carter. They went to the well one time too many.
Great coverage by Carter.
They tried that play 3 or 4 times already, Bob, and we're still in the first quarter.
Well, they have, and this was just single coverage. You see him do a little pump. Carter never went for the pump, was playing the deep route all the way. Good coverage. That's his 5th interception of the year and his 13th of his career.
That's just beautiful defense. Kansas State now, great opportunity. Their best starting field position, and it's Scobie on a sweep. Scobie got a couple. And at about the 41-yard line, Kalmus knocked him off his pins.
Talking to Ron Hudson yesterday, offensive coordinator for Kansas State, says we've got to get the running game going. That's why they're making such an effort to get it going. We cannot put the game in the hands of Jonathan Beasley. We got to give him some help.
There's Heupel's numbers early. For Josh, that's his 12th interception against 18 touchdown passes. 2nd down and 8. Just outside the OU 40. And it's Cartwright, and he's the guy that's getting the running game going, quite frankly. He's doing a pretty good job of it. So he's going to be about 3 yards shy of a first down. And our 1st and 10's presented by Pacific Life. So you see where they have to get with a 3rd down coming up. Our line of goal is at about the 33-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 36, and we've got 2:20 left first quarter. 3-0 Oklahoma on a Duncan field goal. Lockett in motion. He'll take it on an end around. Lockett with a lead blocker in Scobie, but he didn't get there. Torrance Marshall collared him over there before he got to the stick.
You can tell which team had a week off to prepare, had 2 weeks really, because Kansas State is coming out with some new things, both offensively and defensively. Number 10, Torrance Marshall, sideline to sideline, making the plays, but making them all year long.
And with he and Kalmus together, that's something special. 10 and 20. And it's 4th down. And Kansas State's got its offense out there, and it's staying out there. They're kind of in Neverland. They're too far out for a kick. They don't want to waste a punt here at the 35. You don't get many trips here. 4th down and 2. So both teams. Now they're going to try a quick kick.
Little pooch punt.
Not a bad job either by Beasley. It's a beauty. And it's saved at the 3-yard line.
He was practicing that in pregame. Usually the coaches from both sides are looking at the other teams. They always have a coach watching what the other team's doing. Nice job, Jonathan Beasley, little pooch punt.
That's
The advantage of not showing the punt is that the other team doesn't put somebody back there to catch it.
Right. They tried to get a timeout call. Torrance Marshall saw it coming. He couldn't get a timeout called in time. And then everybody had to clear the area, and it rolls dead down at the 3-yard line.
That is really good.
That's beautiful. That's good football. So, as Kansas State was earlier, Oklahoma buried in its own end. And Heupel in the end zone from the gun. Josh swings it out to Griffin, who somehow made a shoestring catch and got him a little bit of room to work out near the 9-yard line. Pickup of 6. Terry Pierce made the stop, and we're under a minute in the quarter.
Josh kind of short-armed that one.
Yeah, he did. That was a good catch. Griffin had to take it off his shoe tops.
Like we
2nd down and 4.
This is not any easy job going up against this defense. And if you were wondering what Kansas State was going to do defensively, were they going to do what the last 3 defenses did, place off zones? The answer is no. They are up there. They are pressuring. They are mixing some of their coverage defensively, and here they come.
Boy, they timed that one beautifully. The ball is tipped, and it's in the air, and it's intercepted. The Wildcats have it at the 11-yard line. Devane Robinson on the deflection, and the defensive lineman's got a dream, and Heupel's thrown 2 interceptions.
Trying to hit the little slant route. The ball got there. The receiver wasn't. Who was trying to catch it? Fagan. The ball hits Fagan. He just doesn't keep his eyes on it.
So an Oklahoma native, Devane Robinson, comes up with a huge play from his defensive tackle spot. And now at the 11-yard line, it's Kansas State, 1st and 10. Lockett again in motion. They fake the end around, and now they go with a tight end, Meyer. And he keeps it around the left end.
The last 2 plays by Kansas State have been reverses. One to Lockett, one to the tight end, Meyer.
That time they had Lockett come in motion again as though they were going to give it to him, and they give it to Meyer instead, the tight end around the left side, and that's going to expire quarter number 1. A few surprises, a few big plays, some goal line stands, and 2 interceptions, but it's OU at the end of 1 by 3.
You know the Fight Club, right? Where this group of guys get together in some warehouse or basement or whatever, and they just get beaten up. Then go to work the next day, scraped and scarred and wearing bruises like badges of honor. Now there's a hobby that separates the men from the boys. The new Ford Ranger Edge. Built Ford tough.
National Car Rental presents Drive for the National Championship. In the 1980 season, Georgia, led by Herschel Walker, faced Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl. The Bulldogs running back gained 150 yards and scored twice to earn Walker the game MVP. The win, coupled with a perfect season, gave Georgia their first ever national title. This year's national champion will be crowned in the title game of the Bowl Championship Series.
Hey there, time for a holiday. So switch off your computers and take a national holiday with National Car Rental. Spend some time with National Heroes. Or visit a national treasure. Or join the National Football League. But wherever you go, let National Car Rental get you there fast. With special low rates on compacts for only $149 per week in Florida and $159 per week nationwide. National Car Rental, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
Monday at 5 on Channel 2 Action News. Consumer advisor Clark Howard turns to the experts, kids, for the hottest toys of the season. See which ones these metro area kids couldn't put down, so you know what to buy your child. Our kid experts put the most popular toys of the season to the test.
I'm Clark Howard. I'll show you the top 10 toys of the season.
Join Monica Kaufman and Gustin Dart for Toy Test. Monday at 5 on Channel 2 Action News. Consumer coverage you can count on.
Snow will be blowing through parts of Georgia tonight. Live Team 2 coverage after the game.
You're watching the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship on ABC Sports.
Set to start the second quarter, 3-0 Oklahoma. And the Dr. Pepper first quarter statistics, Kansas State with all the rushing yards, OU still in the negative there, and 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions of Heupel, and 1 fumble by Kansas State.
Yeah, we've had 3 turnovers in the first quarter, and that's why coaches always talk about turnovers.
Allen, the tailback now. Here's a little bit of keeper by Beasley, and he weaves his way. Touchdown! He's not fast and he's not fancy, but he seems to have a knack for doing it on the ground. His 17th rushing touchdown of the year.
He likes to call his own number inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15. A lot of touchdowns, as Brad just said, 17 rushing touchdowns.
Jamie Ream has hit 32 straight extra points. He's hit 33 straight extra points. Kansas State in front, 7-3. They took advantage of the interception.
Well, the defense set up the score. The aggressive pressure defense. Here they are right here. 8 guys right here will come. 3 guys out on the outside to cover the 3 guys. Pressure defense is what Kansas State does best. It's deflected in the air. They're putting not pressure on Heupel, not giving him much time. Inside the 15, that's a quarterback keep all the way.
Nothing fancy, not very fast, not very shifty, but he knows where the end zone is.
He's just a tough, good football player right here. He doesn't have the passing skills of a Josh Heupel, but he knows how to play the game.
There was a personal foul on Michael Thompson on the extra point on Jamie Ream, the kicker. Jonathan Beasley effective so far on the ground more than through the air. He'll take that 17th touchdown. He was tied with his backfield mate Scobie with 16, so he's got the lead now. A lot of football left. 7-3 Kansas State, so they only have to go 11 yards in 2 plays. 29 seconds is the scoring drive to take the lead.
What Heupel is thinking right now is the last 3 weeks everybody has been laying off, playing zone, soft zones, and not coming after me. Everybody's been talking about that. Now you come against Kansas State, they're doing just the opposite of the last 3 weeks. They're putting pressure on him. He's taken some shots downfield. The coverage has been there.
That personal foul will probably take any kind of return out of this, because Ream's got enough leg that kicking off from midfield, he might knock this one right into the crowd somewhere.
Or you may watch out for an onside kick, because if you do an onside kick and you don't get it, you're 15 yards further downfield.
Good point.
Because of the penalty.
So Ream, the senior from Wichita, has got it teed up.
And Oklahoma only has 5 guys up there.
They're going to kick it high. And 5 yards in the end zone, won't be returned. So Oklahoma will take over and work from the 20. Our Courtyard by Marriott moment this week takes us back to classic moments in the short 4-year history of the Big 12 Championship. 96, Tom Osborne's Cornhuskers less than 3 minutes away from a championship. That big play by Texas pulled an upset. And then Kansas State squandered a 15-point fourth-quarter lead. Saw their perfect season go down the tubes as Sir Parker scampered in with that pass in the second overtime. Just some of the moments, but those were indoors. And for the first time outside on a crisp, clear night, Kansas City, we got a good game going.
11 guys up near the line of scrimmage.
Savage on an end around. Nowhere to go. Nice play defensively by Beisel and John McGraw from the secondary.
We talk about field position. Oklahoma, last 2 possessions, started inside their 15 both times. Both of them ended in interceptions, and they were fortunate that they only are down 7-3.
Heupel now will work from the shotgun. He's 5 out of 10. And he faces 2nd down and 9 from the 21. Straight rush here. He throws incomplete, intended for Woolfolk. And it'll be 3rd and long. And Heupel getting some help from his offensive lineman. Lynn?
Well, Brad, you know, we have to point out 3 turnovers in this ball game. And whenever you get in ball games like this, you have to take advantage of opportunities. Of the 3 turnovers, it was only Kansas State able to take advantage of it and get the ball into the end zone. When we get to the end of this ball game, Oklahoma is going to look back on this and say, okay, we missed at least 1 prime opportunity in this ball game, and that could be the difference.
You're right, Lenny, but the good thing is it's early in the game, and both teams have 3 quarters to recover.
3rd down and 9. Heupel stands in, waits, flares it out to Griffin, and Griffin's paced it. It's incomplete anyway, but Ben Lieber let him know he was there.
He let him know, and he'll remember that the rest of the game.
And it's 3 and out, Oklahoma.
The defense of Kansas State is taking over this game.
Kansas State, as a defensive team this year, 45% of the time have not even allowed a first down by the opposition on their total possessions this year. So it's a 3 and out here in this case for Oklahoma.
Yeah, look out here. You're punting deep in your own territory. Lockett's going to be running downhill on your side of the field.
Oh, they almost got to the kick. It'll bounce in front of Lockett. He'll have to let it go. They got very close to blocking that punt. And it's Bryce Leibel, who's done it 4 times in his career, almost had another one there. Jonathan Beasley in Kansas State on offense with a 7-3 lead when we come back.
You need some help?
Yeah.
Just put it in neutral.
The new Chevy Tracker LT. Now with a powerful V6 engine. It thinks big.
Make sure your parking brake's off.
Chevy Tracker, like a rock.
Introducing Chili's baby back ribs. To go.
I think it's going to be about a yard short. Bring it up 4th and 1.
Get in, get out, get on with your life.
Coming up next, the Dr. Pepper halftime show.
You make the world taste better, yeah. It makes me feel good. You make the world taste better. You make the world better.
Welcome to Transmegala, 268th floor, Information Services Division.
Yes?
We're from Luftgart. We provide enterprise IT consulting.
T?
ERP, CRM, and ASP management.
K?
24/7 apps hosting.
I already have one company for every application my division needs.
How's that possible?
I have Quest.
The communications change everything. Ride the light, Quest.
Introducing Chili's famous fajitas. To go.
Down, boy.
Get in, get out, get on with your life.
1999 world champion Maria Butirskaya in her first event of the season. Plus, Skate America champion Timothy Gable. The Nation's Cup, Sunday on ABC.
Kansas State leading 7-3. They've got the ball back. Josh Heupel's been intercepted twice. Beasley hasn't done much through the air, but he did score the Kansas State touchdown on the ground. And now good field position again for the Wildcats from their own 38-yard line. Here's Cartwright. And Cartwright's got 7 more, and that fullback spot's been getting the work done for him.
Let's go back to the punt. We talked about all the punts that have been blocked. Watch Leibel right here. He's on the outside. He's going to loop to the inside. Watch the play of the lineman. They're going to block to the right. The red shirt block right, and there's Leibel right there up the middle. That was their best shot. They've worked all week on that and almost got it done.
4 career block punts, 2 this year. Cartwright again. This time he's wearing Ryan Fisher around his pads, and he's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. Fisher, a guy that made the all Big 12 team and doesn't have impressive statistics, but he's appreciated by everybody around the conference.
Well, he's like a fire plug. He's 6'1" and 290 and has no sacks. He didn't sack the quarterback, but he made the all-conference team. I like that.
So it's a 3rd down and a yard. Kansas State hasn't converted one yet. They bring the extra blocker back there, Leckie, and he leads the way. Scobie stood up, though. I don't know, very close, too close to call. They may have to take a look at this one. Kalmus and Steffen put the hit on number 1. And I think they're going to have to bring the chains out.
Well, that extra blocker in the backfield was Leckie, 53. He's a right. When he's not blocking in the backfield, he's a right guard.
That's a heck of a fullback extra to have up there, 285 pounds. Important measurement here for both teams. He didn't need much. And he got it. Not even the nose of the football. Whatever's less than a nose is what he got it by. Don't forget, Monday night, the Chiefs travel to New England. They'll take on the Patriots at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific here on ABC. And Sunday night on ESPN, 8:30 Eastern. Couple old rivals, Packers and the Bears, get together at Soldier Field on ESPN. First down at the 48-yard line. Allen now split out as a wide receiver to the right side again. Beasley, the quick throw to Morgan. Morgan wheels and deals outside. Knocked out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Will be just shy, I believe, of another first down.
Not a sophisticated passing attack, just a little stop, little hitch route, get the ball out to your top receiver. This kid has played 23 games at Kansas State. He's a junior college transfer, so he came in last year. 23 games, has 22 touchdowns, and those touchdowns have averaged nearly 40 yards per catch.
Last year, he averaged 24 yards a catch. Here's a give to Allen. He's upended, but he got the first down. Williams came up from the secondary.
He was tackled by Roy Williams.
Still going to move the chains. That's just inside the 42. Should be good enough. It is. So Bill Snyder said we have to get the ground game going. Ron Hudson said the same thing as offensive coordinator, and little by little they're doing it.
And really the spark plug of the whole thing is the fullback, Cartwright, the guy that wasn't even around in the spring.
He goes out right now.
64 rushing yards.
They got Hoheisel in there instead at this spot, and they fake it to him. Beasley, plenty of time, throws short, and he threw it to Hoheisel out of the backfield and got about 5 yards. Lost his footing and went down.
Nick Hoheisel made the catch.
They've been running on first down, so it's good to get the ball in the air. Ball could have been thrown better, but as long as you're moving it, they don't ask Jonathan Beasley to be a perfect. He said, you know, sure, he could complete more passes. He could look prettier. He could do this. He could do that. But he's what we got, and that's what we're going with. He runs the ball well. He runs our team.
2nd and 5, and here's an option to Allen. He's got great speed. David Allen, nice open field tackle, or he might have been gone. J.T. Thatcher made the stop, but Allen got 8, and it's a first down.
Allen hurt his ankle on this very field, the very first game of the year. Kansas State played Iowa here. Has never been the same since.
Missed 4 games, just trying to get back to that form that made him one of the most electrifying guys in all of college football last year. A great punt returner in his own right, and they expected big things, as Bob said, from that tailback spot from him before the injury in the Eddie Robinson Classic here in late August. Cartwright. He's playing like Haas Cartwright. Down to the 13-yard line.
They're running right at him. And it's the fullback that's killing him. That's the right guard. That's Robertson. Comes around. The offensive center, Cummings, Stevenson, and Eby on the left side doing a nice job. But it's Cartwright that's just being a load for him.
15 more yards for Rock. And he's got it down to the 13-yard line.
He came into tonight's game with 230 yards on the season.
He's playing tonight like he wants that much tonight.
Yeah.
And Kansas State will take a timeout with 10:08 remaining in the first half. Kansas State leading Oklahoma 7-3.
They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance, and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world go around and around. You pick it up, you can't put it down. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better. You make the world taste better. You make the world taste better.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Kansas State 7, Oklahoma 3. And a lot of history between these two fellas. Bob Stoops was a defensive assistant under Bill Snyder at Kansas State from 89 to 95 before he went on to be with Steve Spurrier at Florida. Now his second year as a head coach of the Sooners, who were down by 4. And it could end up being more the way things are going. David Allen. And he's tripped up by Kalmus. Only got about a yard. Rocky Kalmus, one of the finalists for the Butkus Award that is here in the stadium tonight. And he's had a marvelous season from his linebacker position. Came in as a leading tackler with 113 stops. He's already made the Walter Camp All-American team. And he's the all-time tackles for loss leader now, having passed Brian Bosworth. 10th play of the Kansas State drive. A little option again. The pitch to Allen. Oklahoma stretched it out pretty nicely. Torrance Marshall got out there to help on the stop. And it's going to bring up third down.
They did, and they're getting some nice yardage out of the option. Meyer, the tight end, is doing a good job of cutting off Marshall, the inside linebacker, and it's stretching it way to the sideline and allowing them to not to get the huge plays, but get 5 or 6 yards out of it.
Third down and 5. Morgan trots out to the near side with Lockett. And Allen goes the other way. Will Beasley call his own number on a quarterback draw? Here he comes. He got to the 5, but he's short of the first down.
Good call, partner. When they spread everybody out, the tendency inside has been, like we mentioned, for the quarterback to run. And Beasley is running a lot inside the 10-yard line.
Well, Oklahoma gave and gave and gave on that drive, but they stiffened when they had to. And out comes a field goal unit of Jamie Ream.
But you still can't like it if you're on Bob Stoops' side of the field. 30 plays for Kansas State, only 18 for Oklahoma.
And they're getting pushed around on that last drive. They were. Ream to try a 22-yard field goal. This should be an afterthought chip shot for him. He's that good a kicker. Trying to give him a touchdown lead here in the second quarter. And he's got it. Jamie Ream tacks on 3 more. Kansas State by a touchdown, and Josh Heupel knows he's got to get the Sooners in gear.
Yeah, it's called The Legend of Zelda, and there's this renegade moon that comes crashing into the earth. That was Grandma.
And you've got a video game to play, mister.
We're all counting on you, son.
Sorry, I've got to go save the world.
Drink Dr. Pepper and enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win the ultimate video game room. Instant win prizes include a Nintendo 64 game system, the new Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask game, and free Dr. Pepper.
The moon's not getting any further away, genius.
Play like there's no tomorrow.
Friday, the most powerful force on Earth is the will to survive.
We're bringing you home!
Vertical Limit, rated PG-13, opens Friday.
Think they're close? Look at that shave. That's Total Closeness from the new Remington TCT with Total Closeness technology. It's our best shave ever, even on the toughest spots. Remington TCT. Total Closeness or your money back.
Can I have my face back now?
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price. Like the delicious flame-broiled Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe Burger, tasty chicken tender sandwich, or cheesy mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
You need some help?
Yeah.
Just put it in neutral.
The new Chevy Tracker LT. Now with a powerful V6 engine. It thinks big.
Make sure your parking brake's hot.
Chevy Tracker, like a rock.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the Bowl Championship Series on ABC.
Let's go!
Josh Heupel was sharp on the first drive, but now he's thrown 2 interceptions and has fallen to 5 out of 12, and he knows he's got to get the Sooners offense in order. Savage 3 yards deep, won't bring it out. And Oklahoma will work from the 20-yard line. Our sprint PCS game fact. Walter Camp Award winners that were quarterbacks over the years and then won the Heisman Trophy. Look at that long list. Most recently, Danny Werfel. And you know who won the Walter Camp Award?
Yes.
Josh Heupel as the Walter Camp 2000 Player of the Year. Got that honor. His coach was also honored as Coach of the Year by Walter Camp. A lot of people wonder who's that. Former coach at Yale who really developed most of the rules we use in football. So that's a prestigious honor for Josh. He'd like to add the Heisman, but he could care less if he could keep his team undefeated. Right now, he's just got to get it working. And he goes out in the flat to Seth Luttrell as fullback. And Seth goes out to about a 7-yard gain. Josh Heupel's road to Oklahoma was a very circuitous one out of Aberdeen, South Dakota. You don't get a lot of quarterbacks out of Aberdeen. Went to Weaver State and then transferred to Snow Junior College. Put up 28 touchdowns in a part-time role as quarterback. He was brought in here in the junior college ranks and has become a star and has every passing record in Sooner history. Griffin straight ahead, just trying to get a first down. The last 3 times they've had the ball, they haven't gotten a first down. I think they've got one here. So a first down, Oklahoma, with 7:38 to go in the half. Let's check in with John Saunders in New York. John?
Brad, in the Burger King update in the SEC championship game presented by Dr. Pepper, Florida against Auburn. Rex Grossman 27 yards to Jabbar Gaffney, the freshman, with another great game. They win it, and they're headed to the Nokia Sugar Bowl.
Our congratulations to Steve Spurrier and his staff and his team for that win. Heupel flares it out. Griffin's got a head of steam. Nice defensive job by Milton Proctor. Got a hand on the back of the pads and dragged him down after a pickup of 7. That's the first down, Bob, for Oklahoma in 8.5 minutes when there's 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
And what he's doing, he's not throwing the ball downfield. He's kind of softening him up by swinging it out to his tailbacks. Griffin, that's, you know, we said he came in with 38 receptions on the year. He's thrown the ball 6 times to Woolfolk. He's only caught 1. That's the one he threw downfield. Intercepted. 2nd and 2 on short yardage. They'll go with a quick opening draw again, and this time Kansas State's all over it. No gain. Tungiai, the defensive tackle, made the stop. Part of that Hawaiian connection with Fatafehi. Those guys, they say they'll start talking a little bit of Hawaiian down there on the defensive line. Nobody knows what they're talking about. It's kind of nice, too. The offensive linemen, they'll talk Hawaiian. That's that island talk. That's right. Time of possession is all Kansas State. Mark Mangino, the offensive coordinator. What's he called on 3rd and 1? They failed on their other 2 times to have a 3rd and 1. Here comes a blitz. Heupel to throw. Maybe not. Tungiai is there, and so is Beisel. Heupel goes down in a heap, and Oklahoma's got to kick it again. Well, they're all coming, and he's trying to get the ball out. Trying to throw the ball up top, but the coverage just won't allow it. There's too many guys too many white shirts in the pocket. The 2 receivers to his left side had single coverage, didn't get open. The number 2 punt returner in the nation, almost 22 a return, might get a shot this time, unless Ferguson can keep it away from him. Yeah, it took a funny bounce. He was going to take a crack at it, but he had to clear out and let it roll down inside the 26-yard line. A 45-yard kick. And college football on ABC Sports brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Chevy trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Pacific Life, annuities, insurance, investments. Use the power of Pacific Life. And Suzuki, and the innovative Quad Runner and Quad Master all-terrain vehicles. There's what they're playing for tonight. The Big 12 championship trophy. Kansas State has been here before and failed to pick up that honor. And Oklahoma, its first Southern Division title ever, and they're trying to take it and a shot to Miami all in one fell swoop. And so far, they're trailing 10-3.
Prior to the snap, ball start on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty and remaining 1st down.
That one on Beasley, I think. Bill Snyder, what a remarkable job he has done at Kansas State. Well, we said penalties have been a problem.
Yeah, but he's done a great job at Kansas State.
The worst penalty year they ever had was 98. They had 118, but they also were in the championship game that year. Beasley winds up and fires deep. It's almost intercepted by Michael Thompson. Boy, Beasley showed his arm there and went deep for Morgan.
He did. He had him if he would have thrown the ball sooner and gotten the ball there. Both receivers were open downfield.
Lockett was down there with him.
Yeah. He just threw it too late and allowed Thompson time to get back inside. Right now. Throw it now. Now. He can't see. See, he's looking downfield. He's trying to find and he's looking around the offensive and defensive linemen. That's why he didn't throw it when he should have to make the completion.
They list Jonathan at 6'1". We spent a lot of time with him yesterday. I'm not sure about 6'1". 2nd down and 15. They'll try to go straight ahead. This has worked for him, but not this time, as they've got Cartwright all wrapped up. Roy Williams was one of the first ones there, and he got help from his Sooner friends. .450 left in the half. And a 3rd and long coming up. And our 1st and 10 presented by Pacific Life. And it's going to be more than 10 this time. They need 12 for a 1st down. They need 13, in fact. Long yardage situations. 3 wide receivers, including Morgan. And when it's 3rd and long or more, they haven't fared too well. 3rd and 5 and more, I should say. This is 13 yards to go. Play action. Beasley fires on the sideline, almost intercepted. And it was Michael Thompson. He's had his hands on the last 2 passes.
He has. That's a dangerous situation for Kansas State. They are not a sophisticated passing attack, and Beasley should not be put in difficult situation trying to pick up 3rd and 13. This is a dangerous throw right here.
Oklahoma's defense did its job, and they're going to win the battle of field position here unless it's a monster punt. Travis Brown to kick, and that's J.T. Thatcher. Brown's inside his own 10.
Thatcher's run 2 punts back for touchdowns.
Let's see if Savage does a little dancing back there to try to block a kick. They got it! Picked out of the air. Ante Jones has got it for Oklahoma.
It was Norman.
2 starting wide receivers in on the punt block team, and Norman got it. Swanee told us when we opened the show that it could take a play like that, and Bob Stoops is finally smiling.
Where's Norman? Right here. He's going to come right up the center. He's one of the starting wide receivers, one of the top 5. His is his 2nd punt block of the year. The other one was blocked by Savage, who is also a wide receiver.
We saw Savage get his. Now we've seen Norman get his.
Yeah.
And he's out there as a wideout on 1st and 10, trying to take advantage of the turnover. Heupel in an empty backfield from the shotgun. In trouble. And he got it complete. Mackey, and Mackey's got it down to the 11-yard line.
It's all on the shoulders of Josh Heupel. He's competing with the defense, and the defensive coordinator, Phil Bennett, told us yesterday, he says, I did a bad job the first game in Manhattan. I called some blitzes on 3rd and long situations I should have never called. He says, today I'm going to be smarter. He's still pressuring him, but he's also mixing things up downfield.
Norman and Mackey go out, and Griffin and Luttrell, the backfield, comes back in. 2nd down, a short 4. Under 3:20 in the half. Undefeated Oklahoma trailing by a touchdown, but trying to tie it up here. Savage in motion.
Here they come.
Heupel swings it out to Griffin. Inside the 10. Griffin puts his head down, and he's very close. Out of bounds inside the 2. Just outside the 1-yard line. He almost scored.
I like this call. Blitz inside, swing it outside, and get rid of it quickly. Don't hold the ball back there. The other choice is throw it quickly.
Now, Bob, Brad, this is tough territory for Oklahoma because they don't have that big running back to pound it in. Last time these 2 teams met, they only had 11 yards total rushing in the ball game. So this creates quite a problem for the Oklahoma offense because it's tough to throw with only the 10 yards of the end zone.
Griffin is the tailback. Luttrell, the fullback, is in motion. They fake it to Griffin. They go to the end zone to the tight end. He's got it. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Trent Smith. For the 24th game in a row, Heupel's thrown a touchdown pass, and we're a point away from a tie ball game.
Turnovers have driven the offenses in this ball game. Block kick turns into a touchdown.
Duncan for the point after to try to make it even at 10, and he does right down the middle. So Bill Snyder's team had a touchdown lead, but Josh Heupel, as he's done so well all season long, pulled the trigger to the perfect man.
If you're going to throw the ball down on the 1-yard line, the best time to throw it is on 1st down. Tight end releases. Look how wide open he is. Heupel throws it out. Could have thrown it further to the sideline. Kind of short-armed that one. But Smith goes up and makes the play over Cooper.
And Smith at 6'5", got up over Cooper, number 40. And Bob Stoops, who was smiling after the block punt, what was he acting like after the touchdown? He'll take it. Tie game.
Well, the special teams can stand up for that one.
Yes, they can.
The block punt by Norman.
So the 2 interceptions have been countered by his 19th touchdown pass of the year. And we got a good one cooking with 3 minutes left in the half.
And Josh knows, Heupel knows he didn't throw a good ball on that touchdown even. Could have thrown it quicker and could have thrown it more to the corner of the end zone. Underthrew him. He just wanted to make sure he was so wide open. Just wanted to make sure that he hit him.
Aaron Lockett waiting on Duncan's kick. He'll get a handle on it from the 2. Lockett across the 20. And he's out to the 28-yard line. Don't forget, tomorrow, join John Saunders and Terry Bodden as they reveal the matchups for the BCS Bowl games, including the big one, of course, the FedEx Orange Bowl, which will be for the national championship. It's the Tostitos Bowl Championship Series selection show tomorrow, live 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, right here on ABC.
Got a lot of teams watching this game, pulling for different guys. University of Miami.
Here's our online poll tonight. Who should win the Heisman Trophy? Pick one and log on to ESPN.com, keyword BCS to vote, and we'll find out what you think of that in your online poll on that selection show with John and Terry tomorrow. First down. Scobie dropped in his tracks. J.T. Thatcher. Sometimes they give him grief about his tackling prowess. He's made a couple big hits tonight.
Yeah. We were talking to Phil Bennett, the defensive coordinator for Kansas State. And Thatcher used to ran by him at the last game and used to coach. Bennett used to coach Thatcher at Oklahoma. Right. And that was when he was younger, and he ran by him. Now he says he's got 8 interceptions. He says, how do I look now, Coach?
Second and long. Beasley, plenty of time. Fires, and Thompson almost had it again. Well, Michael, you're playing well, but hold on to one of those out there.
Yeah, that's right. He's only held on to one of them during the season. Beasley's got to be careful because a lot of the throws he's making are almost being intercepted.
Other scores today, Navy and a thriller over Army. You saw Marshall over Western in the MAC. And Florida, as we showed you, as John gave you the look at Steve Spurrier's Gators winning the SEC title in Atlanta. And here are the Big 12 titles on the line with 2 minutes left in the first half, and we're even at 10. Third down and 12. Again, their third and longs haven't been comfortable for them.
Be careful here.
Beasley wants to throw a middle screen to Allen. Got him with the convoy in front. But he's dropped by Marshall. Or was it Williams? Torrance, Marshall, and Williams are both there. Maybe the 2 surest tacklers on the team along with Calmus. And they bring him down, and they're going to have to give it up again. And Oklahoma's taking a timeout. They know they've got an opportunity now with 1:48 left in a tie game to try to get some more points before halftime.
Right. And on the other side of the field, Kansas State, you just had a punt block. Now you have to go back out and kick again. Have you got that mistake corrected?
Travis Brown is the guy that'll be thinking about that.
Bill Snyder's done a great job, Brad. He does it his own way. He's a workaholic. He wants to control everything. He's tireless. He attention to detail, very focused. The other thing that he does that I like is that he adjusts very quickly to what the other team is doing and giving him.
He's more than doubled the all-time Kansas State wins over the second-place coach, who was Mike Ahern back in the early 1900s. But before Bill came along, the winning percentage from 35 to 88 was 28%. They only won 138 games in that stretch. And from 89 to present, 70 wins, 98 overall for him. So he's almost done what they did over a 50-year stretch by himself in 12 years. J.T. Thatcher waits on the punt.
Here we go.
Brown. Again, Norman and Savage all in track stances. Low snap, Baba. They're going to get him this time, too. And the ball is still loose. It'll be Oklahoma ball unless Kansas State. They came up with a loose ball now. Kazar's got it. It's first down, Kansas State.
I don't think he went out of bounds.
I didn't think he did.
I don't know. don't see any signal.
The officials are trying to sort it out. We'll obviously get another look. May or may not matter.
This is what blocking a punt will do to you. The center snapped it low. He wanted to get it there quickly, and he had a bad snap.
But remember, it was never kicked. It's basically like a running play there, and if they scooped it up and didn't step out of bounds, it should be a first down run.
Well, Bob and Brad, I've been watching the center for Kansas State. Every time he snapped the ball on the special teams activity, and he has been trying to rifle it back as if to say, if I get it back there faster, we might lose or make sure that we don't get it blocked and have a problem.
Fumble situation. By rule, on fourth down, the only person that can advance the ball is the fumbler. The ball goes back to the fumbling spot, 1st and 10.
There's the part of the equation I didn't put in there. It wasn't Brown who ran with it. He loses it.
He ran with it initially. The punter ran it initially, and then I think it was Lieber or Kazar, 54. Maybe 2 of them had it.
They had a couple guys holding on for dear life. So it's going over to Oklahoma.
And that rule is in there specifically in case a guy is running the football. Todd Christensen, the old Oakland Raider.
The Dave
Billy
Casper rule.
Yeah, threw it forward on 4th down, and that's a good rule.
Dave Casper fumbled it to himself. You can't do that. So it's in both pro and college football. Here's another look.
So on 4th down, if you're not going to make it, so you just can't throw it forward and have somebody else recover.
Golden opportunity for Oklahoma again at the 27-yard line. Here comes the pressure on Heupel. He got away from it. He's got some field in front, but he goes with a throw incomplete. He was almost over the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
That ball was way short. He was on the run, and it was way short. It must have been 15 yards short of his receiver. Now, they say there's nothing wrong with his throwing arm, but I don't know. This one,
that's a duck.
In the back of the end zone, he had to get that ball up and throw it to the back of the end zone or out of the end zone, and he threw it 15 yards short.
1:24 left in the half. 2 timeouts left for Oklahoma.
Here they come.
Norman in motion.
Up the middle.
Bringing the heat in a hurry. And a lob pass out there. Griffin's the closest guy. McGraw came in for the secondary and put the hit on Heupel, and it's 3rd and 10.
Josh can almost bet that if they didn't come last time, they're going to be blitzing this time.
McGraw from that safety spot, he'd been a little banged up. He sat out the Missouri game. But he came like a steam engine on that one.
They're doing a nice job, Kansas State defensively, a nice job of mixing blitz and coverage.
Bob, I think here's a chance. Here's an opportunity for Heupel to take a chance. Even under the blitz, if he just throws it into the end zone, gives his receiver a chance in a certain area, it's a good play right now.
He hasn't tried Curtis Fagan yet.
They're showing blitz again. There they come.
Heupel, and this one has whistles and flags. It'll stop this with 1:16 left.
Prior to the snap, delay on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty and remain 3rd down.
Bob Stoops says what? Delay a game?
1:20 on the clock.
What's going on now when these guys are blitzing inside here? This is what's going on outside. Look at the 2 receivers on the outside against the 2 corners. That's just single coverage, and they're not beating the corners on the outside. That's why Heupel has nobody to throw it to.
Remember that Nebraska game when they brought everybody and they had that single coverage and he laid that thing out to the post to Fagan?
Yes.
We haven't seen that tried yet. It's 3rd down and a mile. 3rd and 15.
Pick up some yardage to try and kick a field goal here.
Now they get the extra protection in there on the tight end side on the right. Heupel throws. Oh, boy, Luttrell is popped. Milton Proctor, the extra defensive back, let him have it.
Yes.
I don't think Luttrell ever saw Proctor.
Faisal, 44, is getting there with some pressure. He had 3 receivers to his left side, and none of them were open.
This would be Duncan's longest field goal of the year. They don't ask him to kick from this far out usually. He's going to try one from 50. He was hitting in the mid-40s in the pregame, and they're going to pooch punt it as they direct snap to him. And much like Beasley did on this end of the field, they're going to get it down inside the 3-yard line. We've seen two beautiful quick kicks.
Pretty good special teams. These teams have all the weapons, all the tricks.
We're 1:06 away from halftime. And at halftime, there's a nervous guy. We met him at the Dr. Pepper party before the game. James Morrow of Edmond, Oklahoma. A cement contractor by trade, and he's going to be a kicker by night. He's going to try a field goal to make himself a bunch of money.
Yep.
So stick around for that. Swanee will be talking to him before he kicks it. And I know, Grease, you were giving him some pointers over there at the party before the game.
Yeah, I used to kick a few field goals in my day. He's got a square toe on. That's the first good thing.
Kansas State at its own 1-yard line with 1:06 left. And Oklahoma's going to take a timeout. So they have one timeout remaining with 66 seconds left in the half in a tie game. Let's check in with John in New York.
Terry Bowden coming up on the MSN halftime report. Butch Davis, head coach of Miami, very nervously watching, and we'll have a talk with him.
Yeah, the only person more nervous than the Kansas State kicker would be Butch Davis.
It's all coming up on the MSN halftime report. Now back to you for the final minute.
All right, guys, we'll see you in a minute. 10-10 tie. Brad Nessler, Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, and our ABC crew with the Big 12 championship. Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, the home of the Chiefs. And the BCS standings coming into this one, as everybody knows, Oklahoma undefeated and on top of the heap. A win tonight sends them to the Orange Bowl. Florida State and Miami tight 2 and 3. And Washington and Virginia Tech round out the top 5. And if they win tonight, they'll not only win that Big 12 trophy we showed you, but they'll have a shot at one of the prettiest pieces of equipment you'll ever see. The Sears National Championship trophy will be on the line in the Orange Bowl, the FedEx Orange Bowl, January 3rd, right here on ABC Sports.
And you know, Butch Davis and the Miami Hurricanes are pulling.
Are they cheering for the Wildcats?
For the Wildcats. They're thinking purple.
So at the 1-yard line, this is a precarious spot for Kansas State because just Beasley himself lining up behind center is about a yard deep in the end zone.
Yes.
You don't want to make a mistake and end up with a safety here. And you got guys like Rocky Kalmus who's safety conscious. And they might try to bring it. I don't know, but they're going to bring Morgan and Lockett out here as wide receivers. That may free things up a little bit. But as you can see, the tailback, Scobie, is 6 yards deep in the end zone.
Well, I think you give it to the fullback. He's been your best ball carrier all day.
And Beasley will keep it. He didn't get much. A yard.
I think all you have to do is that because Oklahoma only has one timeout left. If they want to try and take some... force them, they're not even going to take a timeout here.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Both teams, I guess, are going to be content with a 10-10 tie.
Although I would stop the clock and force them to snap it as many times in this area of the field as you could.
Maybe they're going to let one more play go and then stop it and see if they could get into a situation timing-wise where they'd have to have a punt. There's about 18 seconds difference. There's the play clock. You see the game clock as well. And it's Beasley again, and up over the top they go. They did try to blitz and see if the ball would come loose. It didn't. And now I would assume Oklahoma would take it. Nope, they're going to head to the locker room. They'll take it the way it's come at them. Well, they got down close. Kansas State came up with a goal line stand, or Oklahoma would have had a touchdown early. They did get a field goal. Kansas State came back with 10 straight points. But then Josh Heupel, following a turnover by his team, took it down and threw to his tight end to tie things up. And 10-10 is our halftime score. The 7th-ranked team and the #1 team are dead even, 10-10 in Kansas City. John and Terry, the halftime report coming up next.
All right, Brad, thanks a lot. And Terry, the last 2 times these teams hooked up, 41-31 was the final. It won't be close to that today.
No, you got to love the way Kansas State is playing. You know, everybody said play zone. They said the heck with it. We're playing bump and run, man-to-man. 2 interceptions by Heupel, but But Oklahoma, you know why they're undefeated. They always find a way. They found a way with the specialty teams blocking 2 punts.
If you win with defense, then these two teams are well on their way. Stick around. We'll have Butch Davis, the head coach of Miami. When we come back, he's nervous, waiting on tomorrow.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
John, you seen that? Oh, you're good. Yeah? You're the best. Let's go. You guys hungry back there?
Is this tuna?
Got it. I wouldn't open that.
Oh, hey.
He opened it. Guys, just get some beer.
Pickle. I got the ice house.
All right. I'll be right back. Don't touch that.
Right on.
Okay. Fellas?
Frosty cold mom.
Dinner party, Ice House style. Because sometimes all you need is a smooth, never watered down taste of Ice House. Enjoy.
Hey there, time for a holiday. So switch off your computers and take a national holiday with National Car Rental. Spend some time with National Heroes. Or visit a national treasure. Or join the National Football League. But wherever you go, let National Car Rental get you there fast. With special low rates on compacts for only $149 per week in Florida and $159 per week nationwide. National Car Rental, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
Suzuki saves you work, saves your skin, and now your money. Because now during Quad Fair, when you pick up a selected Suzuki Quad Runner ATV, like the automatic Quadmaster 500, you'll get a Super Winch for just $49.99. Plus great financing like 0 down and 9.95 APR. But hurry in. Suzuki can save a lot of things, but not this deal.
Good evening, David Chanley here in the Weather Center, looking at a winter storm warning in effect for much of northeast Georgia. Snow possible through the day tomorrow. Flurries in Atlanta. Full forecast after the game.
The Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship on ABC Sports.
The Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship halftime at Arrowhead Stadium, 10-10. Here's some of the highlights of the first half. Josh Heupel was intercepted twice. This one by Dyshawn Carter led to a Jonathan Beasley touchdown run for the only touchdown of the first half for Kansas State. But a blocked punt by Josh Norman, as we said, special teams would be big, led to Heupel's throw to Trent Smith, his tight end, for a touchdown, and that tied us up at 10-10 in the second quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler and Bob Greasy as it continues to cool off here at Arrowhead. Neither team really got much going as far as extended drives, did they?
Both teams had the ball 8 times. Only one possession, that by Kansas State, was over 7 plays, and that was a 12-yard drive, ended up in a field goal. But just as we thought, 2 turnovers by Oklahoma, 1 turnover by Kansas State, and the other big turnover was the block punt.
And pretty good defensive effort by both teams, and the special teams, as we said, would be a big part of it. As we take a look at the Dr. Pepper first half statistics, Oklahoma -6 yards rushing. And their third down conversions for both teams has been horrendous, and you can see Kansas State had the ball 7 minutes more. That average starting field position really swung in Kansas State's favor over the course of the second quarter. That was Brian Bosworth who just gave Josh Heupel a pat on the backside. There's an odd couple for you. I like the Bos, but I can't see him hanging around with Heupel.
He didn't hang around quarterbacks much when he played.
No, unless he was trying to collar him.
There you go. Bill Snyder likes to adjust things, and he does it very well. He's very bright. Student of the game, studies a lot.
That's what's going to be interesting about this second half, because Stoops is the very same way, and there'll be some adjustments made. Could cause for some big plays before this one's over. Long ways to go. Starting the third quarter. Jamie Ream to kick. J.T. Thatcher back there with Savage. Savage about 5 yards deep. Will have to take a knee. And Lynn Swan with Bob Stoops.
I talked to Bob Stoops when he came out. First I asked him about Josh Heupel. He says Josh is fine. He's just got to be a little more consistent. He said he's going to try and run the football. They need to establish some kind of ground attack to be more successful in the second half. When I asked him about Rock Cartwright and was he surprised that Kansas State was using that fullback so much and so effectively, he says, well, he's so effective because we missed tackles. Had we not missed those tackles, I don't think they would have used him quite as much as they did in the first half.
That's definitely a Bob Stoops answer to a question like that. On first down, Heupel from the gun. Fires high, and Woolfolk couldn't bring it down. And that is, what, the 7th or 8th time he's shot one in Woolfolk's direction. He's only caught one.
Exactly, and it's a good thing he threw it high and outside because that ball was close to being picked off.
Josh's numbers 10 of 21. The touchdown to Smith, 2 interceptions.
Here's where he's thrown the ball down, deep down the left side, 0 of 3 early in the game. And there was a couple of those he could have hit.
Second down at 10. Batapehi may have jumped in the neutral zone. He's saying he was drawn offside. And it is going to go against Oklahoma. Mike Skinner, I think the right guard, maybe came out of his stance a little bit.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty and remain second down.
So that backs it up to the 15. That's 4 penalties on the Oklahoma offense now. Second and 15. All 3 wideouts.
Here they come.
To the left. The tight end comes in tight.
He's backing off. This guy's coming. He is still coming.
They are still coming. Heupel trying to buy time. Going deep. Got Fagan out there, and he dropped it. They hadn't thrown one at Fagan all day, and he should have had it.
And he's been a hot receiver. In the last 6 games, he's caught 29 balls and 7 touchdowns in the last 6 games, but he missed that one. Could have gone for the 6 on this one. Nice pickup.
Blitz pickup by Luttrell.
Luttrell picks up very nicely.
Pretty good throw.
Yeah, you got to catch that ball.
Heupel's missed his last 5, but this one will give his wide receiver the credit at 4. Josh stands in, zips it to Smith down the middle of tight end. And all of a sudden his tight ends become his favorite target.
And what they're doing is they're throwing on Jared Cooper, the strong safety. They're splitting the tight end out and throwing on Cooper.
Bob, what that tight end did on that pass play was something the other receivers have not been doing, and one of the reasons why I think they've been dropping the ball. Watch his hands as he goes for the ball. He reaches up, timing, catches it right in his hands. The balls that have been dropped by the Oklahoma receiver have been when they've been going up for the ball and trying to catch it up against their body, and with their arms, they've got those arms covered, and they just slide right through.
Trent Smith goes out, but he's got 3 big catches, including a touchdown. Look out! Heupel nailed. They're going to say incomplete pass. Oof, boy, did he take a shot from Duron Tyler. I don't think Josh ever saw him coming, Grease.
He didn't. He was looking in the other direction. He's up here. He's never going to see him come around the corner. He gets a clear shot on him right there. It's a lucky thing that Josh got rid of the football.
Just started to follow through, or that would have been a fumble.
Just barely.
Second and 10. So no harm done other than Heupel took one in the kisser. Josh to throw again. Flips it out to Fagan. Forward progress at about the 41-yard line. Maybe got 3 yards. Still going to be 3rd and long.
First drive, 3rd quarter. Always interesting to see the adjustments made on both sides, offense and defense. Oklahoma had a shot at a deep pass and dropped it. That had to be really disheartening for Bob Stoops and Oklahoma, because that's one thing they thought. Pick up the blitzes and get it.
Phil Bennett's done a good job tonight.
Yes, he has. They make nice adjustments, too.
3rd down and 7 now. Heupel's favorite target's been number 88, his tight end.
He's not going to have much time.
Comes a blitz. Heupel high, intended for Woolfolk. Woolfolk had the angle on the defensive back, but that pass was way, way, way too high.
it almost looked as though he didn't know which way that Woolfolk was going to go, whether he was going to run a slant or whether he was going to run a takeoff. If that was a blitz adjustment. Anyway, it doesn't look good for, didn't look good for the quarterback.
Ferguson to punt, and a lot of shifting on that defensive front for Kansas State. See if they can get close to the punter. They're coming after it. He got rid of it. It's a good kick. The bad news is Lockett makes the catch. And Lockett, 10, 15, Aaron Lockett almost broke it.
That's amazing because they did not have a return set up. That was a block. He did that on his own.
He just took a 44-yard punt, 33 yards the other way. So great field position for the Wildcats. They're tied with the top-ranked Sooners.
Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world go around and round. You pick it up, you can't put it down. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world taste better. You make the world taste better.
Gone in 60 seconds. Bring home the non-stop action, starring Nicolas Cage. Yes. And only on DVD. See behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Gone in 60 seconds. Coming to video and DVD. Rated PG-13.
I love the way you always treat me tenderly. But darling, most of all, I love how you love me.
Nah, I've never really been serious about investing. Mutual funds, all that other stuff. When I got money, I spend it.
They're ready for you.
All right, thank you. Hey, can't take it with you.
People who live day to day don't need to take investing seriously. For the rest of us, there's the Hartford Mutual Funds. The Hartford Mutual Funds. Bring it on.
When the journey is just as important as the destination, count on Chevy Impala. Now, make your money count with as low as 5.9% APR on the 2001 Impala. That's $966 in average finance savings. And with more overall room than Taurus, Camry, and Accord, getting there is just as enjoyable as being there. So make your money count at your local Chevy dealer. We'll be there.
Wednesday, Drew Carey is the People's Choice nominee for Favorite Male in a Comedy. Yes! That's what you get when you suck up to the new boss.
I wish you were my father. I love you.
It's all new. See you Wednesday on ABC.
Our Aflac trivia question this week. In what year did the closest Heisman Trophy vote take place? We've got our own tight poll going right now. 27% of the votes have already reported in for Josh Heupel and Chris Weinke, the two leading vote getters, we assume.
Hey,
but I know that Drew Brees is watching, and Bob Greasy wants to interrupt us.
Yeah, you got to have my man Drew Rose Bowl. They're going to the Rose Bowl this year.
Here's a give to Scobie. And he got out to about the 18-yard line. The reason Kansas State's not out near midfield, as we went to commercial, at the very end of that return by Lockett, there was an illegal block. And that backed them up where they are now.
Watch number 20, the right of your screen there. Number 87, that's Thalman.
Thalman got Kalmus in the back.
Block in the back.
Here's Beasley on the keeper. And Beasley fighting his way very close to a first down.
Beasley, the ball carrier.
Roy Williams in on the stop.
The plays you see the offense running on the first drive of the third quarter are the ones they've talked about at halftime, the ones they've gone over their charts. All right, pick out all the plays that worked in the first half. Let's go out and run them.
Right.
And then we'll adjust the other plays. But these are the ones that are best coming out.
Third down and 2. Third down conversions have been horrible on both sides. Credit the defenses for a lot of that. Beasley can't get him drawn offside. He sure tried, and now he's going to keep it. He's going to have to struggle, but he got it. And Williams Williams brings him down, but he got to the 33-yard line. 10-yard scamper when it didn't look like there was any room to maneuver.
He's a gamer. He's a gamer. He does whatever it takes. Little fake. This was a quarterback keep the whole way. Nothing to the left, and just has the ability to get back and make a first down.
He's 20-3 as a starter, as we told you. The only Big 12 quarterback to ever rush for 5 touchdowns in a game. Did that against North Texas. He's got their only touchdown tonight, and he just got a big run there. First down, Wildcats, their own 33. Again, they shift David Allen out as a wide receiver. Play action. Beasley throws a deep sideline, incomplete, intended for Meyer, his tight end.
The design was good. The execution was not.
Coming up Friday, it's ABC.comedy, where we're taking the funniest stuff from the internet and beaming it right into your living room. The premiere of .comedy Friday, 8:30, 7:30 Central, right here on ABC. Torrance Marshall squinting over to the sideline to get the call. It was Torrance Marshall who saved the day in the Texas A&M game, or Oklahoma wouldn't be undefeated. 2nd and 10. Here comes the Oklahoma blitz. Up over is Williams, but he didn't get to him. And Beasley throws a strikeout to Lockett. Well, Roy Williams tried a Superman leap, and he didn't get there in time.
He didn't, and Beasley does a nice job of staying composed and stepping around. Watch Williams right there, 38, just takes a leap. Beasley says, hey, I can slide away from you. That's a nice first down.
And a throw to Lockett, good for 11. So Kansas State gets some room to work, and they get out in the vicinity of where they originally had that punt return before the penalty. They come up to the line in a hurry on a first down at the 44. Beasley, the keeper again. This time not much. Thatcher's got him after a pickup of 2.
That play was designed at halftime. I talked about Snyder adjusting quickly. That time they started the option, and the word they got inside the locker room was the linebackers are flowing real quick when the option starts. So he started the option, stopped, and then cut right back up the middle.
We're under 11 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Top-ranked Oklahoma, 11-0. And tied up with 7th-ranked Kansas State right now. Wildcats' 7th play of the drive. Here come the Sooners up close. Kalmus and Marshall. Now they back away. They're going to bring it anyway. Beasley fires. That one is almost picked off by Derek Strait. He's got it. And now the official makes a very late call.
Well, he was looking for some help. He made no call.
He was looking for the umpire to give him some help.
Yeah, and the field judge in the center of the field. He made no call because he didn't know. He just marked the ball. That ball was thrown behind the receiver.
And Strait, much like Michael Thompson, almost had his hands on one.
This ball is going to be thrown to the inside.
And hit the ground.
Yep, good call. And the official on the outside, the head linesman, couldn't see it.
3rd and 8. Pressure on Beasley. Middle screen. That's got to be Kalmus. Nope, it's Marshall.
One or the other.
Whoa. If it's not 10, it's 20. 10 will get you 20. Wow, what a hit. That kid can play.
I'll tell you what, if Kalmus is the defensive player of the year in the Big 12, this kid was 2nd.
Oh, Bob and Brad, Coach Snyder said in the second half he wanted to get the ball to Morgan. He hasn't done that yet. He only has 3 catches all in the first half, and he was going to shore up the blocking on this punt team. Well, here's his first opportunity.
Neil Ghosh has had some trouble, Swanee, with the snaps. Travis Brown has had one stuffed already. They appear to have the return on this time.
Yep.
And a high, lazy kick. Thatcher camps under it now, makes a late play, and got about 5 on the return. Kind of a dangerous catch by JT, but he got it out across the 30-yard line. Oklahoma, Kansas State, 10-10. We'll be right back.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac. Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called?
Aflac!
I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Let's hear it for the lady. The one whose work is never done. Without you, none of us would even be here. Here's to you, Mom, from a car with the right stuff to get you through it all. Chevy Malibu, the car you depend on every day. Just like you, we'll be there.
Here you want sushi and wasabi.
Wasabi.
Yeah, wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi! Wasabi!
Wasabi. Wasabi.
Wasabi!
Wasabi.
Wasabi! 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 Wasabi.
Earlier, we asked you our Aflac trivia question, in what year did the closest Heisman Trophy vote take place? We gave you time to think of it. Remember of 85, Bo Jackson just over Chuck Long of Iowa in the closest one ever. And Chuck Long, the passing game coordinator here, who has worked with Josh Heupel since his arrival on Bob Stoops' staff. And Heupel shovel pass, haven't seen it all day. Here's Quentin Griffin. Griffin out to the 37-yard line. And Chuck Long in the old days for Hayden Fry at Iowa, and there's how he looked. And boy, he put up some impressive numbers that only Drew Brees could catch, and he did it this year.
He did. He broke all the records, and
there's Chuck.
Does a nice job helping Josh Heupel. That one of the blessings for Josh was to have a guy that's been through it.
The Heisman race.
Not only through college wars, but also the Heisman thing, and Josh has handled it very well.
Bob Stoops says, I finally sat him down last week, and I said, you know, you're so cool, you never say anything, but I'll ask you, is it bothering you? And he said, no. I'm all right, Coach. Don't worry about me. 3 wideouts to the top of your screen. They got to hurry. They got the pass away. The screen out to Savage. I don't think he got the first down, but he got very close. Maybe he did. He stretched it out pretty well. Chris Johnson made the tackle from his defensive end spot. Mackey limping off.
The red zone coverage. Heupel does a very nice job of reading coverages.
Ooh, Mackey got rolled up on by his own man.
He did. One of the things we've seen from Oklahoma is that shovel pass. The one thing that we have not seen from Kansas State to Quincy Morgan is the jailbreak screen.
That's right.
The wide receiver screen.
And they run it as well as anybody.
Yes, they do.
So Mackey limping off, but apparently is okay. And it's a first down. So Savage stretched out at the very last and got the inches needed for the first down. Quentin Griffin comes back in, and now Norman will go out. 8 different receivers Heupel's used today. Trying to mount an offensive drive that's time-sustaining and fruitful at the end. It's been tough to come by. Heupel, draw to Griffin. Straight ahead, still going. The little fella, he's got some powerful legs. He got about 5 yards.
Came into the game with nearly 700 yards rushing on the ground and another 38 receptions.
And that was a single-season school record for running backs at Oklahoma. Of course, all the years of option football and wishbone football, there weren't a lot of guys catching passes. That's the longest run by the Sooners tonight, and it was 5 yards.
What does that tell you about the defense they're playing against?
I guess. Again, a trio of receivers to Heupel's left. Here comes a blitz. Josh got rid of it. Tight end Trent Smith. He's been the man, and he's got it to the 37-yard line. 17 more yards.
Well,
that's his best game of the year.
There's no question. What they're doing is they're throwing on Jared right here. They're just throwing on Jared Cooper, just going to run a little slant. Everybody else is inside. They've thrown to Smith about 4 or 5 times, and each time Jared Cooper's been on him.
4 times for 47 yards and a touchdown, to be exact. First down, the Sooners. Here's a shovel pass again. Griffin, and a penalty marker down as Fatafehi drags him down. And Swanee, we got a face mask maybe?
Yeah, I'm looking at it as the play came down. It has to be inadvertent. The hand just came right by the face mask and just dropped straight down. Didn't look like he really snapped the head back. So if he's going to call anything, it has to be an inadvertent face mask.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Josh Norman just gave us the preliminary signal as Fatafehi got out there. And right there it is. That's the swan's eye view of it.
Swan's eye. This defensive line with Fatafehi, Beisel, and Johnson, one of the best in the nation.
You put those guys together, you come up with a lot of sacks.
Come
over
up with
30.
Yeah, you come up with 31 to be exact.
So they walk it down to the 32-yard line, and a first down there. Coming up Monday night, the regular inhabitants of this stadium, the Chiefs, try to keep their playoff hopes alive in Foxborough. They'll take on the Patriots, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC. And don't forget, Eric Dickerson gives a weekly preview of each Monday's game. And listen to the Terrell Davis Chat Show online each week at ESPN.com. Keyword Monday Night Football. We got Saturday Night Football going on right now. It's 1st and 5, Oklahoma. Quentin Griffin, they fake the end around. He'll keep it. He's got the corner. Griffin, 20. Griffin inside the 10, and it's 1st and goal, Oklahoma.
This is a play you're seeing more and more of in college football and in pro football, where they'll run a sweep and fake a reverse. And what this does, you see they fake the reverse to Savage. It stops the backside penetration, the backside flow. They all see that reverse guy coming around, and they have to stay and hold their position just in case he gets the ball.
Scott Kemp, I think, is out there limping around as offensive tackle. He wanted somebody to come in and take his spot. They didn't get anybody in there, so he's going to have to line up on the right side of that Sooner line. 1st and goal, Oklahoma. Trying to regain the lead. Heupel waits, scans the field, finally throws, and nobody home. The closest guy was Ben Lieber, the linebacker.
Yeah. I tell you, Luttrell, the fullback, is doing a great job of picking up these linebackers when they get a full head of steam. But handed to the defensive backs downfield, nobody's getting open.
Nobody's open. You know, it was kept pretty quiet about Josh Heupel having a Versal sack in his throwing arm that's been a problem all season long. Grease, could that be bothering him? He's thrown some balls that just don't look like him.
You know, I mean, he's got a lot of pressure put on him. I mean, he's getting hit a lot, but when he throws the ball, some of the time he's getting close to anybody. 2nd and goal at the Kansas State 8. Heupel dances around. He might try to get this one on the ground. He heads to the corner. He's in. Touchdown. Heupel from 7 yards. And the Sooners are in front. They give him grief about his speed in the 40, but he's been fast enough this year on some touchdown runs. In that situation, he was fast enough. Duncan for the point after, and the #1 team in the country is up 7. What I like about Josh Heupel, if he can't do it through the arm of breaking there, he's got enough sense and ability to get outside and says, all right, I'll beat you with my feet. And he does to the corner. Sooners lead.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price, like the tasty chicken tender sandwich, delicious flame-broiled bullseye barbecue deluxe burger, or zesty jalapeno poppers. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
Welcome to Transmegala, 268th floor, Information Services Division.
Yes?
We're from Luftgart. We provide enterprise IT consulting.
T?
ERP, CRM, and ASP management.
Cake?
24/7 apps hosting.
I already have one company for every application my division needs.
How's that possible?
I have Quest.
Communications change everything. Ride the light, Quest.
Yeah, it's called The Legend of Zelda, and there's this renegade moon that comes crashing into the earth. That was Grandma.
And you've got a video game to play, mister.
We're all counting on you, son.
Sorry, I've got to go save the world.
Drink Dr. Pepper and enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win the ultimate video game room. Instant win prizes include a Nintendo 64 game system, the new Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask game, and free Dr. Pepper.
The moon's not getting any further away, genius.
Play like there's no tomorrow.
He's a powerful man, a rich man, a single man. But fate...
Probably gonna want to buckle up, Jack.
...is about to show him the man he could have been.
Come on, Dad, get up!
What's happening to me?
This is a glimpse.
How did I get here?
This isn't my house. You're not my wife?
What? Nicolas Cage.
I'm not a dad. Oh.
The Family Man.
I'm in the middle of a deal.
Well, you're working on a new deal now, baby.
Rated PG-13. At theaters December 22nd.
Wednesday, Charlie's feeling the pressure from working with the mayor.
Mayor and the city are counting on me.
We're all counting on you, Batman.
It's an all-new Spin City. See you Wednesday on ABC.
Near the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. A lot of purple in this stadium, but there was a lot of folks in crimson on their feet after Heupel just gave Oklahoma the lead. Duncan to kick. It'll be Lockett from the 7. Aaron Lockett, dangerous return man. He's got the kicker to beat, and Duncan somehow got him collared a little bit and brought him down. A 30-yard return.
Looked like from the way he tackled him, he may have grabbed his face mask or a part of his helmet, but
maybe got him in the shoulder pad.
Take a look, yeah.
Oh, he just got him right in the numbers.
He grabbed him part of his shoulder pads right under his arm.
Like you said, Aaron's not the biggest guy in the world.
Yeah, he's 5'7", 165. He doesn't weigh much.
There he is. He comes out as a wideout to the near side.
Good field position.
Beasley will give it off to Morgan, who came out of the backfield, and he's not going anywhere. Quincy Morgan played tailback in that situation, and Ryan Fisher drops him after a gain of about 2.
It's just an effort to get the ball in the hands of your big play guys. Put him in the backfield. I don't know how Quincy Morgan will feel about that. I like to get out there where those numbers are small. I don't like those 95s in there tackling me.
Yeah, we prefer those 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Beasley, 9 carries for 36 yards tonight. 2nd down and 8. All 3 receivers this way. That's the way he comes on the roll. And threw it in the ground. Lockett was the closest man. He was getting some pressure.
The pass is incomplete. It was intended for Aaron Lockett. Michael Thompson with the coverage.
They need to get out to the 47-yard line for a first down. And our 1st and 10 presented by Quest. They got a ways to go. It's 3rd down and 8. 4:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter. With Bob Greasy and Lynn Swan, I'm Brad Nessler. It's nice to have you with us. Cold night in Kansas City. Pretty hot game going, though.
You may see that jailbreak screen right here.
They play action, and they go deep down the middle to Lockett, and he laid out, but he couldn't get it.
He had him.
Michael Thompson covering, but you're right, he was there. Kansas State's got to give it up.
He had him. He had a little blitz coming, so he had to get rid of it, but he had single coverage. Boy, you hate to miss those when you've got them open.
Pretty shot of it, but just off the fingertips of a diving Aaron Lockett. And now J.T. Thatcher goes back. They're not giving any of the return guys much.
No, they're not. They're kicking it away from them, but they have had some problems getting rid of the ball right here.
They have had one blocked and another one that he didn't get away either. This time high, straight up in the air, very short kick. Thatcher's trying to clear everybody out of the way. It almost hit him. And he'll let it go inside the 25. Down to about the 24-yard line. 37-yard kick, but more importantly, no return. Josh Heupel's got a touchdown lead to work with when we come back.
Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world go around and round. You pick it up, you can't put it down. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better. You make the world taste better. You make the world taste better.
Everybody's got a tip. Everybody's got a sure thing. Everybody's got a cousin who works with some guy who swears that this baby is it. What everybody doesn't have is the kind of financial confidence that makes it easy to ignore what everyone else is saying. Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. Move your money. Get well connected.
Aloha, sports fans. You're looking live in the Garage Invitational as Stoney steps to the green.
Swing!
Oh,
it's a nice swing there, Alice.
Yeah, does your husband play?
Consolation prize.
Thank you so much. I'm going to shoot lefty, guys, but you can't hit right. Oh, this will be funny. Come on, Mrs. Groundskeeper's going to be coming home soon. We got to get out of here. All right.
Easy, guys.
Give me the club.
Rain delay, Ice House style. Because sometimes all you need is a smooth, never watered down taste of Ice House. Enjoy.
Oklahoma by a touchdown with 4:33 left in the third quarter, and they've got the ball back now. Look at the 1987 Iowa football coaches. That handsome gentleman in the corner is Hayden Fry. Bill Snyder is with him, and so is Bob Stoops. Dan McCarney, Iowa State's down there in the left corner. That's a pretty good group. And we're going to talk to the old Silver Fox himself, Coach Fry, here in just a second. Heupel from the gun. Flares it out to Griffin. And Griffin dragged down from behind. Nice defensive play by Monty Beisel. Hayden Fry's along with us, and Coach, a lot of guys on both these sidelines are your proteges. You got to be pretty proud of them.
Brad, I couldn't be more happy. I was kind of hoping that the game be called at halftime, so neither one of them would lose.
I know when you first contacted Bill Snyder, what was he, a swimming coach down in Sherman, Texas?
Yeah, he was assistant football and the head swimming coach at a little place down in Sherman, Austin College.
Second down and 8 here.
Here they come.
Heupel had it batted in the air. Knocked down by Deron Tyler. Coach, the guys you put together, including Barry Alvarez and all the rest, what did you see in all these guys when you got them all on your staff?
Well, I think that's the secret of me being in football so long. I knew how to surround myself with winners. All these guys were great assistant coaches, and now they're great head coaches. I counted up 26 altogether that are head coaches at either college, high school, or pro ball.
And you know, I tell you, you taught Bill Snyder one of the best things, and that's to never tell the media anything.
Well, I don't know how that happened. Bill was with me only 17 years.
Here's Heupel on a third down and a long 8.
Watch this one right here.
Sets up, it's going to go deep down the sideline. Woolfolk trying to make the adjustment and almost caught it. Nice shot, Carter.
Good throw, good coverage.
And it's time for Oklahoma to punt, so Kansas State's going to get it back.
Top of your screen. Does a nice job of going up for the ball. Carter doesn't see it.
Almost caught it 3 times.
Can't make the play.
Never caught it at all. And now a dangerous Lockett, who had a 33-yarder call back on that penalty the last time he touched it. Shifting again on the Kansas State front. Bringing some pressure. They almost got there. And now Lockett on a line drive at the 43.
Look out.
Lockett, he might be gone. He is. Forget it. Lockett will take it. Touchdown, Kansas State. you can't give him an inch, he'll take a mile. He just took 58 yards. We're a point away from being tied up. And an unhappy Bob Stoops on the sideline.
That's the 4th punt that Kansas State has returned for a touchdown this year. And the 3rd for Lockett.
A very important point after. Here's a guy that never misses extra points. He didn't miss this one either. 17-17.
The main concern on this punt is block, and then you get a low kick. What Lockett is so good at is making the first wave miss. He made about 3 or 4 guys miss without any blocks. And the speed of it. It was a low kick. He caught it right in flow and just kept going.
As a former punt returner, Bob, you watch this young man, the way he performs is just outstanding. He is always moving forward, and you're right. A good punt returner has to always make the first man miss. But Aaron Lockett made the first, second, and third man miss, and never once went lateral. He kept moving down the field, and on a short kick, where it's just a line drive, the punt coverage team just doesn't have enough time to respond and react to that kind of speed.
You know, we talked so much about the special teams to open up the game tonight. Hayden Fry's along with us, and Coach, you know how important they are, and Bill Snyder talks about them all the time. People forget about them, but they win you a lot of ball games.
Well, they really do, especially when you have 2 great teams playing great defense. It gets down to the kicking game and the specialty team.
So we got a tie game, and Oklahoma will get it next. We talked about Coach Snyder, Hayden, a little bit. When you got to Iowa and saw Bob Stoops, did you wonder what in the heck they'd recruited that guy for?
No, I never doubted the young man. He was so intelligent. He was a great student of the game as a player, and then as an assistant coach, he did a wonderful job. There wasn't any doubt in my mind that he would become a successful head coach.
Well, I know how proud you are of all these guys that came through your program. Many came through Iowa's players and coached with you along the way. Coach, it's always great to talk to you. I haven't seen you, I guess, since Montgomery, Alabama, where you went in the Blue-Gray Hall of Fame. Say hi to your beautiful wife and enjoy the rest of the game.
You guys are great. It's an honor to be on. I'm proud of those coaches. Thank you.
All right, Hayden.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Bob.
Hayden Fry.
You know, one of his longtime saying, he brings a smile to your face. He said, Coach, what do you do on offense? He said,
you just scratch where it itches. There you go. I came out of more meetings with jokes to tell at golf tournaments. I never knew anything about what he was going to do.
He was fun.
He's something. Good to hear he's healthy and doing well.
Yeah, that's good.
3:19 left in the 3rd, and we're tied at 17 now. Griffin, and Quentin Griffin got maybe a yard.
Quentin Griffin, the ball carrier.
Tough defense to run against. And Devane Robinson, the guy that intercepted a pass earlier, makes the tackle here. The quarterbacks tonight, always key ingredients, especially when you got one that's in the hunt for the Heisman Trophy. He's throwing 50% right now, which is better than Jonathan Beasley.
Both of them have rushed for a touchdown. Beasley coming in, his completion percentage was about 50% on the year.
2nd down and 9 for Heupel and the Sooners.
You got single coverage everywhere.
If he has time. He's going to lay it up for his tight end. He's been his main target, and he's got another one.
Well, that's the game plan right there.
Trent Smith's doing his Keith Jackson imitation. The tight end has been big tonight.
Yeah. They're going to the tight end on Jared Cooper, number 40, the strong safety. Here's the matchup down here. Look at all this field over here that they have to work with. Single coverage, that's the tight end against the strong safety. Right here, 6'5" against 6'1". A strong safety that's used to making tackles, not covering wide receivers.
We talked about it being a great night for him, Grease, and it's a career-high night for Smith. 5 for 75. Heupel hit from behind on a play action. He just got leveled by Lieber, and Lieber let up on him a little bit. That could have been uglier.
He did.
Wow, he got hit pretty good, but that could have been a train wreck.
Lieber came unblocked. 52 right here.
And Josh will feel that one for a while.
Now that sometimes and I don't think that was Josh's man, because sometimes the quarterback's got to be responsible for linebackers and throw hot. But
that was just too free over there.
And he looked away from him.
2nd and 20 now. Loss of 10 on the sack. Heupel had it tipped. It's almost intercepted, and flags all over the place.
Yeah, and you should. There, he was all over him.
Terry Pierce, the linebacker, was in coverage. He was the one bobbling it. I think he's going to be the guilty party as well. The question, though, is that that ball was tipped. I don't think you can call interference back there, and it sure was a knuckleball. That was coming out of there end over end. Hopefully our referee, Randy Crystal, is going to straighten this thing out for us.
Pass interference on the defense. Spot foul. 1st and 10.
So the ball apparently wasn't tipped. It was just a bad pass, and lucky for Josh Heupel.
Here's a tight end right here. He's just going to run a little in route. That's Anderson, the backup tight end. They're going big to the tight ends tonight. Yeah, he's all over him. That's Cooper, number 40, all over him a little soon.
Oh, boy,
you
I don't know.
The ball was deflected, though. The ball was tipped.
And that's what they're saying, it wasn't tipped. So they don't have replay, and we do. But
it was definitely tipped, and therefore you cannot have a interference on a tipped ball.
And the Jumbotron showed the crowd, and obviously you've seen our replays from the truck. But the officials don't have that advantage. And so there is a little bit of a gift for the Sooners, or so it appears.
I think Devane Robinson tipped that ball at the line of scrimmage.
Robinson's had a good night, getting his hands on it a lot for a defensive lineman. At the 48, 1st down. Heupel going to flare it out to Griffin in the flats. Quentin puts his head down and gets it down to the 40-yard line. Picked up about 8 yards. College football on ABC Sports brought to you by Chevrolet. If only everything was as dependable as a Chevy. Chevy will be there. Chili's Ranch Hand Filet. Tender, juicy, flame grilled, and served on a bed of awesome blossom strings. Burger King. Got the urge. And MSN. Everything you need to feel at home on the web. All in one place. Our place is Arrowhead Stadium. Kansas City, Missouri. The Big 12 championships on the line. Number 1 Oklahoma undefeated. Tied with 7th-ranked Kansas State at 17 apiece. Final 40 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Heupel looks up and he says, all right, here they come again. I got a lot of single coverage down here.
Including his tight end, but he'll keep it on the ground to Griffin, and it might be enough for a 1st down. We're going to stop the clock here because they might have to bring out the chain gang again. Mark Mangino, the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma.
He's up for the Frank Broyles Award, which is given to the top assistant in college football.
You know, so much has been made about how defenses have changed things against Oklahoma in the last 3 weeks. And Mark Mangino says, you know, it's almost like baseball.
It's like baseball. We've been seeing a lot of fastballs, and now they're throwing some change-ups and some breaking pitches. And after you see these pitchers a couple times, you're ready to get back in the box and hit the breaking pitch and the change-up. And that's what it boils down to.
There's been a couple knuckleballs in there, too, tonight.
you're getting, I think they're going back to the fastball tonight. They got a lot of pressure defense and a lot of blitzes.
They got a 3rd and 1, and they're 0 for 3 on 3rd and 1s tonight. Josh taking his time. He ran his team up there.
This is what he's looking at right out here.
And that's his tight end, but he's going to keep it. I don't know. Only needed a yard, but he slipped on takeoff, and they sort of turned him. Monty Beisel turned him sideways. He might not have gotten it. It'll be awfully close again. They unpile with 18 seconds left in the quarter. They might have to bring the sticks right back out. They should have left them out there.
Yeah.
Dance around him for a play. And they will have to take a look at it again. I still don't think he's got it.
You know, we talk about Bill Snyder and his style. Bob Stoops is almost completely different. Very loose, very family-oriented. Bring the kids by practice on Tuesdays.
And he did get it. I think he lost a little bit.
Well, he got 18 seconds left in the quarter, so he can just wait.
He's telling the sideline that right now.
Think about it. Yeah, just let the quarter run out.
He's pointing to the clock.
Yeah. They're all aware of it.
So that'll give him plenty of time for an all-important final 15 minutes or more, as we're deadlocked at 17. Now the clock does begin. The whole team will come over. We've been out here a long time, but it's one more quarter, the fourth quarter, that's all important, and that's what the Sooners are holding aloft right now. ABC Sports presentation of the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Let's hear it for the lady. The one whose work is never done. Without you, none of us would even be here. Here's to you, Mom, from a car with the right stuff to get you through it all. Chevy Malibu, the car you depend on every day. Just like you, we'll be there.
Chili's Ranch Hand Filet. Hand-carved, flame-grilled, and served with awesome blossom strings, mashed potatoes, and fresh-cut grilled veggies. It's made for men and women who ride the range, or who are just tired of cooking on one.
In after-school programs, your kids will find the hero inside themselves. Let us know you want after-school programs in your area. Call 1-800-USA-LEARN.
Kansas City's Elvis makes defenses sing Heartbreak Hotel. But New England aims to bring the curtain down on this king. Monday Night Football at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC.
Dashing through the streets while Granny takes a dip. Oh, there we go. Papa little rip. The laps are really big. The belts are also tight. Oh, what fun to buy and watch the nutty comes tonight. Oh, mama sweet, Sherman, Granny steals the show. So hit the store, there's so much more with Clumps on video.
And DVD. Yes! On sale December 5th.
That's right.
Clark Howard's top 10 toys of the season. Monday at 5 on Channel 2 Action News.
Try not to take you seriously with that thing.
Find out how the ladies are doing with their stock market picks. Plus, Jack Wagner, live on an all-new View. That's what I like about ABC Daytime.
A huge play to start the fourth quarter. 4th down and inches. They failed in the first quarter at the goal line of this situation. Option. The pitch. Whoa. Griffin's got it and a lot more. Quentin Griffin's got it inside the 20.
That was close to disaster.
Was it ever? I thought it was going to go the other way. Chris Johnson almost swiped that ball out of midair.
Watch Johnson, number 36, right there, almost gets it. Hypo just gets it away. Griffin makes a nice play on an option toss, not to drop it. Well, that could have been disaster for the Sooners.
Instead, it's a huge play, almost reminiscent of that Texas 4th down play when James Brown come up throwing in a previous Big 12 championship encounter. This one's a pitch play. It's a big gainer. They still don't have any rushing yards, but of course the sack yardage is taken away from that. Heupel to throw. Josh goes to the end zone. Wolford, touchdown! He's aimed a lot of them at number 17, and that one went 17 yards for the touchdown.
Well, the key there was no blitz and plenty of time to throw.
Trying to go back in front by 7 now. The extra point upcoming. Duncan to kick. High snap. They got it down. He got it through. Heupel now has thrown 2 touchdowns and run for 1.
Well, again, here's Warfolk over here. He's just going to go down and run a post. But the key is only 4 guys rushing and plenty of time to throw. It takes a little time for him to get out there. Look at Heupel. Look at the time he's got to throw, and now he's breaking to the center of the field.
And Andre Bob did a very nice job. Watch the way he waits and come underneath Josh Norman here, almost like a little screen. Gets a little separation, then gets in the end zone, and he bobbles it just a little bit, but he comes up with it. It just reminds me about when we talk to these coaches, all the coaches on both sides of the ball said they didn't think they could win this ball game without a big play. That's a big play, but keep in mind the 4th down play in the option, that was even bigger in this drive.
The first catch by Woolfolk since the first play from scrimmage for Oklahoma. This one is a touchdown from Heupel, his 2nd. And the Sooners are back in front. Duncan to kick.
That was a big drive right there.
Yes, it was. To be taken at the 5 by Aaron Lockett. Remember, Lockett had a punt return touchdown, but he's not going to get away on this kick return. Out to the 21-yard line. Josh Heupel's numbers are getting a little better. I don't know if they're Heisman-like.
Hey, this is not an easy defense, I'm going to tell you, boys.
2 touchdowns throwing.
2nd best defense in the nation. They come after you. Anybody in the country, Winky, Breeze, they all would have trouble with this defense.
He's thrown 2 and run for 1. He is some kind of competitor. Long way to go, though. 14 minutes plus. And now the Wildcats trying to answer. And they go to their fullback. Heineke drops Cartwright. We're a minute into the 4th quarter. But the Dr. Pepper statistics through 3 quarters look like this. Rushing yardage, all Kansas State's. But the passing and total yardage now is coming around. Still, both teams, courtesy, as Bob said, a great defense, struggling on 3rd down.
Bottom line, good defense and special teams have both gotten a touchdown.
Beasley now changes things up on a 2nd and 9. Kalmus steps in as though to blitz, but they give it to Scobie. And he's out to about the 28-yard line.
Josh Scobie, the ball carrier.
Thatcher made another tackle, a pickup of 6 for Scobie. 79,655 have joined us tonight. It's an all-time conference championship record. The previous Big 12 record was in San Antonio, 65,000, and the previous all-time conference championship record was at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta in '99. This crowd is just under 80,000, and they have enjoyed themselves.
Morgan hasn't caught in the pass, the wide receiver, since the 2nd quarter.
He's out to the top of your screen with Lockett in the slot that way. Beasley, plenty of time, throws to Morgan, broken up. Thompson and Everidge are there.
Yeah, and there were 2 guys right there. They know, Oklahoma knows who they like to throw to. They want to shut down Quincy Morgan, and on the kicking teams, they want to shut down Aaron Lockett. Top of your screen, starts out and comes back inside. Not a very sophisticated passing attack for Kansas State. Just run out there and I'll throw you the ball.
Travis Brown to punt. Low snap.
Bad kick.
Thatcher, shoestring catch, a gutsy one, and got it to the 48-yard line.
That punter is shell-shocked.
Yes, he is. He had 1 blocked. He was beaten up on another one and never got an opportunity to kick, and he struggled the rest of the night. And now it's Oklahoma with a touchdown lead in great field position.
It's always special when you bring your first one home. Chrysler Voyager. Re-engineered and redesigned with dual sliding doors and over 45 standard safety and security features, it's the most affordable minivan you can buy. No wonder it's a Consumer's Digest Best Buy.
For a great car at a great rate, call or click Thrifty.
Good morning, everybody. This is your captain speaking. We'll soon be flying nonstop to Tampa, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
We're here for a toaster.
Big on taste but low on cash? Check out the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu at Burger King. 8 tasty choices at an incredible price, like the Slammin' Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe or some tasty mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great tasting food every day.
Call or click Thrifty.
Next Saturday, I'm pregnant. Emma Thompson, Danny DeVito, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is this your first?
Junior, next Saturday, 8:30, 7:30 Central on ABC.
There's some ice you wouldn't mind being in and around. Sears National Championship Trophy on display at Oklahoma, and Bob Stoops at 11-0. If they can win this, they got a shot at it in Miami in the FedEx Orange Bowl. But the game's not over. 12:25 to play. Heupel now playing with a touchdown lead, and he's thrown 2 and run for 1. Here comes a blitz. Josh pumps once, waits, throws for Woolfolk again, and underthrew him. Not a good pass, but in the fourth quarter this year, when it's counted, he's played.
75% completion percentage. You know, a lot of these games they've been ahead, and they haven't had to do anything. But he's been out of the game. But when he's had to perform, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, high percentage.
Bob Stoops asked about Josh Heupel and whether it's the system. He said, no way. He's the guy that's gotten us here this fast in 2 years. Without him, we're not here. He throws again, complete again. His tight end again. Trent Smith. He's got 8 more yards, and Smith might be on his way to a 100-yard receiving night. That's his 6th catch of the night. 83 yards and a touchdown. Trent Smith. Not that he's little used. He'd come in with 21 catches, but normally it's the wideouts. But he caught the 1-yard touchdown as he went up over Cooper. They threw him long for 22 when they needed it. They put him on Cooper again, tossed it in the air, and he adjusted, and he just made that catch across the middle, his 6th of the night. 3rd and 2 on a bootleg. Complete again, first down. Guess who?
The pass to Trent Smith is complete.
Well, this time they want to get him outside the pocket. They got the blitz coming on. You're going to blitz, so I'll get you out of the pocket over here. Tight end's coming across the field.
1st and 10 Oklahoma.
Little fake, blitz goes that way. Now I gotta get away from this guy, but I get my tight end right here. That's 7 catches for the tight end and 7 catches for the tailback. The wide receivers came in. The most any wide receiver has is 2.
Here comes a blitz on Heupel. Heavy pressure. He got rid of it. Took a hit from John McGraw.
Since the last possession, when he had all kinds of time to wait on that touchdown route by Woolfolk, now
they're bringing everybody.
Bennett's bringing the house. He got burned by giving him too much time, and now he's bringing the house.
I think they've decided they're going to go down swinging if they're going to go down.
Yeah.
Josh has been banged around a little bit.
He has. He's been knocked down. He's been hit. He's been sacked. He's been hurried.
But he's hung in there.
He has hung in there.
Second down at 10. At the 38. They load him up again. They bring him again. Switch screen to Fagan. And nice job defensively. Fadafehi stayed home, the defensive tackle, and made the stop. Fadafehi was a teammate of Josh Heupel's at Snow Junior College. And he said in the regular season matchup, I kept trying to get his attention to say hello. He's an old friend. He said he just wouldn't look at me. He was too cool.
He had that game face on. They said after the game they exchanged pleasantries.
Right.
Oh, they Badgers, huh?
The Badgers. Now it's the Sooners. Third down and 9. 10.5 to go. Josh scans the field and fires, and it is intercepted. Jeremitrius Butler's got the third interception of the night. He baited him a little bit and picked it off.
That's his 6th interception of the year and the 10th of his career. The throw to the left side. Butler does a nice job of just beating him to the ball. It looked like Fagan was supposed to come inside a little bit more.
Again, there wasn't a lot of spin on that ball again, though.
He's not throwing that ball the way he normally threw it earlier in the year.
Season high 3 interceptions. Now it's Beasley who wants it deep. And he's got Morgan. Morgan out of bounds. The 38-yard line.
How quickly the momentum of a college football game can turn around. An interception by your defense sets up a little out route or deep out route, a corner route by Morgan at the top of the screen. Fakes to the inside. He got good timing on this and gets the ball there.
The first Kansas State first down on this play since 11 minutes remain in the third quarter. We've got 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kansas State trying to draw even. And it's a quarterback keeper by Beasley, and he's going to lose a yard. Rocky Calmus made the tackle, along with Corey Callens. Under 10 minutes, undefeated Oklahoma, trying to go to 12-0, trying to win a trip to the FedEx Orange Bowl January 3rd to play for it all. But Kansas State, a team they beat by 10 in the regular season, has given them all they can handle and then some. And Josh Heupel, despite accounting for 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground, has thrown 3 interceptions, and that's left the door open for the Wildcats. There's a jailbreak screen. Oh, my goodness. Torrance Marshall again.
He's waiting for this one.
He's been a heat-seeking missile wearing a red helmet.
Here it is here. He's just going to come down to the inside. I'll find Marshall for you in a minute. There he is right here. Look at Marshall. He's looking right at it. He's looking right for him.
And he's got him in the crosshairs.
Right there.
Boom. What a hit. Quincy, you'll remember that one.
Maybe that's why we hadn't seen that slip screen all night. Maybe Morgan. Maybe they tried to call it, but Morgan said, no, I don't want to run it.
3rd and 13 at the 41. Beasley pumps, wants to go long. He's got a man out there and Lockett. Actually, the tight end almost is incomplete. Brandon Clark, one of the backup wide receivers / tight ends. And now it's 4th and 13.
Well, this is an area of the field that, you know, you might go for it. Now he's going to kick it away. Good protection. A lot of time. They'll pump and go. Now there's something wrong there. You don't have 2 guys in the same area.
Right.
One of the guys needed to go down the middle of the field or stay short.
They're not even 2 yards apart.
Yeah, that was something wrong there.
A new punter, Jared Bright. And this isn't a good kick either.
Shanked it.
Off the side of his foot, but at least it goes out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
Not a bad place to shank it when you're kicking inside the 50-yard line.
So Oklahoma's got it back at their own 13-yard line when we come back.
responsive Chrysler Sebring Performance Sedan. Proof that it's not the destination. It's the drive. Now, during the Chrysler Holiday Sale, lease the Sebring LX Sedan for $259 a month.
Mom, Mom, we're not going to be able to... I've been using cellular. What? You fell for that?
You brought static into the house.
I got rid of it.
Did they teach you at college?
No, I got this free and clear thing. You're just like your uncle. It's different. They're all digital, and their long distance is real. It's nationwide, so you can call from anywhere to anywhere in the country, and there's no extra charge.
No charge.
No, that makes sense.
Sprint PCS, 1,500 minutes with nationwide long distance for just $34.99.
24-17 Oklahoma. 8.5 minutes away from a perfect season, a conference championship, and a trip to Miami. But that's a long 8 minutes, 31 seconds.
Yeah, you got an aggressive, big play defense that you got to fight, and you got a punting game that is shaky.
Heupel will keep it. And he got about 3 yards out to the 16-yard line as we check in with John Saunders in New York. John?
Time now for the Burger King play of the day from the SEC Championship game. Florida quarterback Rex Grossman, 4 touchdown passes, including this one, 66 yards to Rashae Caldwell, and they're headed to the Sugar Bowl.
And they got away with dumping Spurrier there. Oh, he got the shower. Well, last year they didn't win the SEC title game. We did it and saw Alabama spank them. They got a little bit back tonight. Heupel hit as he throws, and he somehow got it. Complete to Smith.
That's the game plan all day right there.
Josh Heupel, his dad Ken, is a college football coach, and he's here tonight. And obviously, look at the look on his face as he's getting ready to talk to Swanee.
I think he saw his son get creamed that time. Yep. That's what's why he's got that frown.
Josh's mom said, when I handed him over the fence to his daddy when he was coaching high school ball when he was 2 years old, I knew I'd never see him off the field again. And he's still not off the field, but they sure been knocking him around a little bit tonight. Let's check in with Lynn Swann.
Ken, you're watching your son play. What's going through your mind right now?
Nerves.
Just nervous one?
Just got to do it. Just got to do it. Got to move the football, get field position, kick it away, whatever, and let the defense play some ball.
You know, Bob and I have been watching him play. Seems like the ball's coming out very, very short. I mean, is Josh okay?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him. It's just it's a game. Cold night, nerves. It's a game, a heck of a game.
When he gets a little nervous and he's playing, is that what the tendency is sometimes?
No.
A little short?
No. He's having fun out there right now. Everybody here has the nerves.
Well, there's so much on the line, a national championship, possibly a Heisman Trophy. Did you ever dream about these things happening for your son?
Luttrell stood up.
A defensive line just dominating the line of scrimmage.
Here they are.
Ken, let me ask you this. We've seen other games where Josh has taken the pounding like he's taken tonight. Every time he's throwing the ball, he's getting hit. When you talk to him, what does he say about these kinds of games?
Nothing at all. That's the name of the game. Everybody's going to get hit. Everybody's got to bounce out and play football.
Okay, Ken, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's a coach talking.
Yep.
Ferguson to punt. David Allen is back now instead of Lockett. And Allen, 1 kick return away from an all-time record and 56 yards short of the NCAA punt return yardage mark. Let's see if he gets a crack at this one. He will, but he's not going to get much. Got about 6 back near midfield.
Didn't get a very good punt to return. It was kind of short. He would much rather have been a 55-yard punt where he could have some running room.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price. Like the delicious flame-broiled Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe Burger, tasty chicken tender sandwich, or cheesy mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
So all you need to do is hook up your Model A43 desktops to a bunch of 148-2 MIPS C1 Ethernet connectors. Then you add your 44 GIP stop-to-fiber USB SCSI cables to your eServer's application engine architecture on the LAN Opta branch. You're supporting the Delta, and naturally the whole thing's uplinked to the multi-task.
Fortunately, 3Com's new line of networking products are engineered to be understandable, so you'll quickly figure out how to get the most out of the internet.
Still with me? Good, because now it gets complicated. You take your Gigaline Hexport Meg switches...
3Com. Simple sets you free.
It has the DNA of giants in its sheet metal. Cars that raced on fields of honor. It has motor oil for blood and a 250 horsepower heart. Because 50 years ago, like today, there were just two kinds of cars on the road. Those that pass and those that get passed. Chrysler 300M, the most powerful V6 sports sedan in its class. Now, during the Chrysler holiday sale, lease the 300M for $399 a month.
An emotional journey filled with stories of defiance, persistence, and the passionate quest to compete. Game for Anything, the strength of women in sports. Next Saturday at 4 on ABC.
Kansas State takes over with great field position. After the short punt, they're almost at midfield. Their own 49, trailing by a touchdown. 6:15 left in the fourth quarter. We say that because this one has all the earmarks of going past 4 quarters. Gives you that feel. Beasley changes things at the line. And gives it off to Scobie. And Scobie got a little room. Got about 5, almost 6 before Thatcher and Kalmus brought him down.
Kansas State has rushed for 125 yards tonight. Oklahoma only 47. The Wildcats have had 4 possessions in the second half and have punted all 4 times.
Second down and a long 4. Just outside the 46, and boy, the Oklahoma defense isn't giving much up either. And Rocky Kalmus leads the way again.
You look inside, you got Kalmus and Marshall, the 2 linebackers. Number 20, Kalmus just gets in there and gets a piece of it. We talked about how good Kansas State defense is. This Oklahoma defense is ranked 9th in the country and 2nd in pass efficiency defense, so they're pretty good group too.
Butkus Winter looking on. A possible Butkus Winter just made the last tackle. Beasley from the gun. John waits, pumps, look out from behind. Down he goes. Ante Jones tracked him down. What a huge play by the nickelback.
There he is right here. He's just going to come on a little short-sided corner blitz. Does a nice job of getting away from the block of Cartwright and then runs him down. Tries to strip him from it. Big play there. Huge.
Now the punting game that's been so shaky for Kansas State has Jared Bright again set to kick to J.T. Thatcher.
Got a return on.
Bright off the side of his foot, but again, it'll do the job because it's going to go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. They'll walk it up now to the 18. Oklahoma's defense does its job.
I'm in heaven.
Heaven! I'm in heaven! And my heart beats so that I can hardly speak.
Owning a Jeep Cherokee means more than just freedom. It means you're part of something bigger. And now get all this for no extra charge.
Yeah, it's called The Legend of Zelda, and there's this renegade moon that comes crashing into the earth. That was Grandma.
And you've got a video game to play, mister.
We're all counting on you, son.
sorry. I've got to go save the world.
Drink Dr. Pepper and enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win the ultimate video game room. Instant win prizes include a Nintendo 64 game system, the new Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask game, and free Dr. Pepper.
The moon's not getting any further away, genius.
Play like there's no tomorrow.
With shopping on your MSN homepage, you can search, shop, and compare for televisions, cell phones, video cameras, or whatever else you need.
Top-ranked team in the country clinging to a touchdown lead with just over 4 minutes to play in the Big 12 championship at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. There's the numbers on Josh Heupel. 2 touchdowns. He's also run for 1. Quentin Griffin is trying to sweep the left side. He got a whole bunch of John McGraw.
And they went back to the play that worked very well for him earlier in the ball game, the little sweep with a fake reverse. A lot of times those plays might work once, but they don't work twice against a good defense.
3:40 left. What kind of plays do they call here, Bob? Second down and long.
You're not going to run very well because they've shut that down all day. So you do what you've done all day, and that is you go to your tight end, Trent Smith, against Cooper.
That's worked. 2nd and 9. That's the matchup.
Right here.
Deafening sound with Heupel trying to call signals. He's going to try to call a timeout. The referee will give it to him. The snap came just when he had signaled for the timeout. And so he'll walk over and have a chance to talk things over with the coaching staff.
Points are not so much an issue here as making first downs and taking time off the clock.
That's exactly right.
For the Sooners.
Brent Smith's right in the thick of that around Mark Mangino, the offensive coordinator.
He's the go-to guy right now, as far as I'm concerned.
College football on ABC Sports brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Chrysler, we're reinventing the passion for driving. 3Com, home, office, or beyond. Simple sets you free. And Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, move your money, get well connected.
Kind of looks like going to an old drive-in movie.
And there's the screen, and here we are. Sitting in the 57 Chevy with 3:12 left. Jonathan Beasley has scored on the ground tonight. Has not been particularly effective throwing the ball. Here's Josh Heupel. And his numbers.
Well, I think what Oklahoma has to do is make some first downs, and they got to do it through the air. And I think they have to do it getting the ball to their tight end Smith or throwing it to the back, Griffin.
Smith sure looked attentive in that huddle, and he's trotting all the way out there to the top of the screen. And that's where Cooper will meet him.
Right out here.
And Heupel hurried. Will pull it down and run. He's close to a first down.
But short.
About a football shy.
Bob and Brad, recall the Nebraska-Oklahoma football game that we did. Oklahoma in control of the ball game, still Nebraska having a chance somewhere in there. It was Josh Heupel not throwing the football, but running the football as he did here that kind of iced that game.
That's right.
And he's not having the best of throwing days this afternoon, and he might just have to do that. Everyone's going to be locked up on someone. The rush is going to come in. If he can slip through, pick up 5 yards, 8 yards, 9 yards, get the first down, move the sticks, that's going to be the difference in this drive.
You saw Bob Stoops yelling at the officials. He didn't like the way the ball had been respotted. They said something back to him. He held his fingers apart. He said, wait a minute, I'll take every inch because you already set it down in one spot. Now you backed it up. With a yard to go on third down, they haven't converted tonight. This one could maybe mean the ball game.
They're going to run the clock down and then take a timeout.
3rd down and about 2 feet. And as Swanee said, much like the game against Nebraska, sometimes you do everything you have to do to win. They don't have to be big plays, but last week against Oklahoma State, the shovel pass to Quentin Griffin when they desperately needed it, and on the final drive, they needed 10. He got 12. They needed 2. He ran for 4. That's what a quarterback does, and that's what he's trying to do one more time.
And you know what? He'll tell you that he's more proud of that series than the rest of them the whole time.
Blue seat, twist left. You hear me? Let's go. Hey, put your head down. Make no money. This is the game right here. We make this, we win this game. Yeah. You know that? Pick this up. Pick it up. If you think you got a steal, boost Bubba. If not, run the quick. Bubba, you gotta do it. You gotta get a front on. Hey, we gotta get it going now. Call it. All right, let's go. Call it.
You heard it all in that huddle. We get this play, we win the game.
Yeah, and that's what they're thinking.
And then Josh Heupel said, you got to take it up a notch. That was to his lineman. He does it himself. 1st down, Oklahoma.
Big play right there. They've been shutting that play down defensively all day long. And it seems to me like he went on a quicker count, and the defense may not have been ready.
You might have heard Mark Mangino said, go on the quick. This is the quick.
Take it on the quick. He said if it's there.
Right through there.
Yeah, he said if it's there, take it on the quick.
So the biggest play maybe of Josh Heupel's season may not have been a pass.
Kansas State has 3 timeouts remaining. 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
1st down, Oklahoma. Here comes a blitz. He's going to keep it again. Heupel's got some room. Got about 6 more. And now the clock becomes an ally.
You got to start stopping the clock for Kansas State.
Under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel comes to the sideline again. The undisputed leader of this Oklahoma team. His dad, Ken, looking on. The head coach, Northern State, a Division II school. Not a lot of quarterbacks come out of Aberdeen, South Dakota, but you could tell how much of a coach he is and that he's not going to give in to his son an inch. He's been tough on him all the way along. One time, Josh wanted to take the car out late at night. He said he'd be home at midnight. Didn't make it because of a snowstorm. His dad went out, met him, gave him the shovel, and said, you shovel your way until we can get the car back home. So he's been tough on his son.
That's the way to be.
For Josh Heupel, the Heisman Trophy is not what the season's about.
You know, the Heisman Trophy is something, I don't know if they determine it off of one game or an entire season. It's something I'm not even concerned about, or is anyone on this football team. We have an opportunity to go out and win the Big 12 championship and put ourselves in a position for a national title.
They're a couple of plays away from that. The pitch to Griffin, and Griffin's got a 1st down, and then some. Oklahoma's got it all the way down to the Kansas State 35.
It's a big play by Josh Heupel. Came to the sideline, and he reassured Mark Mangino, I'll pitch it before anything happens, and I'll make sure it's a good pitch. Let's run the option right there. He got rid of the ball. No shaky toss that time like there was in the 1st half. The only thing better that Griffin could have done was stayed in bounds.
And the Oranges are flying out of the stands. 29-yard pickup for the little guy, Quentin Griffin.
This is an Oklahoma team that started off the year ranked number 20th in both polls.
They went through the dreaded October string of Texas, Kansas State, and Nebraska, and became the first team to win back-to-back games against number 2 and then number 1 on consecutive weeks. And now for the 2nd time, they're trying to beat a Kansas State team that has been feisty and hung with them all night.
You know, Bob Stoops has done a tremendous turnaround. 2 years there, 2 years there, his record at the school was has been like 18-5. He wins this. It's 19-5. You know, it reminds me when I got to the Miami Dolphins, when Don Shula came in 1970. Shula came in and won immediately with somebody else's players, and Stoops has done the same things. He's a very bright, he's very intelligent, he motivates his players. He told them, we're 11-0, but we're burning that. It doesn't mean anything. If we lose this game, we don't have anything. And so they came out well. They practiced well on Tuesday after that, and they came out and decided we're going to make something of this season.
I think emotions have gotten the best of Ken Heupel. What a feeling.
Brad and Bob, you know, when we talked to Coach Snyder, we asked him, was he surprised about Oklahoma's turnaround? And he said if you were to ask him 3 years ago whether Oklahoma could turn around with the right man at the helm, he said, I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, I think it can happen. And he said when Bob Stoops became the head coach at Oklahoma, he said he knew he would get the job done because he knew the quality of coach that he was.
John Heupel, looking at his son, he knows good things are there. Reminds me of a few years ago when I was in the Rose Bowl looking down on my son Brian winning the Rose Bowl game.
Here's an end around for Savage, and Savage gets it to the 30-yard line. Let's check in quickly with John Saunders in New York.
Brad, coming up tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern Time, the Tostitos Bowl Championship Series selection show. And Terry, we started the last week of August. We're going to know who's playing for #1.
I can't wait. Might not be able to sleep tonight, John.
That might not be a good idea in New York. Stick around. That'll be 3:30 tomorrow on the Tostitos Bowl Championship Series selection show. Back to you, Brad.
All right, guys, we look forward to that. For the people that don't like the BCS situation, look at it this way. It's a lot easier going through the BCS than it is figuring out who the president of the United States is. The process works better. I've done 4 football games and 4 basketball games since I voted.
Well, the next time we all meet, it'll be down in Miami at the Orange Bowl. The Orange Bowl people, the committee down there, is anxiously awaiting whomever shows up, and they'll do a great job.
Our Chevrolet players of the game tonight. Although Josh Heupel was brilliant, he had some misfires, but his tight end came through. Trent Smith and Aaron Lockett, a punt return touchdown, as well as his wide receiver duties in recognition of their efforts. Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund.
You know what? And I think when I think about that, the wide receivers got all the acclaim coming in. They scratched where it is.
That's right.
Trent Smith was open.
Heupel keeps it.
Trent Smith was open all night, and that's where they went.
I think Josh ended up out of bounds and didn't want to, and Kansas State saying, stop the clock, stop the clock. And he's talking with the linesman about where he went down or if he went out, and they have stopped the clock with 1:29 left.
The Kansas State is going to get the ball back.
A yard of the play.
So Josh Heupel disappointed with the fact that where it was spotted stopped the clock.
There you go.
It's a 4th down, and our 1st and 10 presented by 3Com. It is 4th down and 3.
And you're going against a special team. The only chance that Kansas State's got, or one of the best chances, is to block this field goal.
Oklahoma takes a timeout. For the first time since '87, Oklahoma still undefeated. But remember the '81 Orange Bowl. Oklahoma and Florida State. Barry Switzer Sooners and Bobby Bowden's Knowles trailing by a touchdown. J.C. Watts led the Sooners down the field with less than a minute to go. And Oklahoma a winner over Florida State 18-17. And now here in 2000, for the first time since '87, they're undefeated. They're looking for a trip to the Orange Bowl. They went to the Orange Bowl that year in Miami, upset the apple cart, and took away their national title. And ironically enough, now Miami, I'm sure the Hurricanes cheering right now for the white and purple clad Wildcats to come up with something here in the final minute and 29 seconds.
Oklahoma's been to the Orange Bowl 16 times, but they have not been there in 13 years. This is a big risk. Kansas State has blocked 5 kicks this year.
Duncan from 46. The kick on the way.
He got it's good. Hello, Miami.
chance, and from South Dakota to South Beach. Career long kick for Tim Duncan.
What a gutsy call by Bob Stoops.
I guess so.
In a game that went back and forth with special team blocks and punt returns, knowing that he'd had 5 kicks blocked during the year, he sends in his field goal team.
And the junior from Clinton, Oklahoma, delivers for his head coach. And Josh Heupel will take it. How about that kick? Oklahoma 27, Kansas State 17. They won by 10 in Manhattan in the regular season. They're up by 10 with 1:25 left. They took over at their own 18-yard line. It took 4 minutes off the clock.
What a great drive.
Or rather, 2:39 off the clock. That's what they needed to do. That's what you talked about.
They weren't looking for points, but they got 3. They took some time off the clock.
Duncan to kick off now. And he'll squib it. Try to keep it out of the dangerous return man's hands. The only problem with that is they let Jason Kazar, one of the up men, take it all the way to the 40-yard line. $1:19 remaining. I want to thank the folks that helped bring you the ball game. John Coral and Charlie Vanacore, our PAs. Pat McGrath, our statistician. Clint Deans, our spotter. Our thanks to Anthony Holman as well. Technical operations managers Jay Gleason. Our production managers Michael Heskett. Fred King's our associate director. Our associate producers Praven Martin. Technical directors Brad Sheldon. Games directed by Chip Dean and produced by Jay Rothman. A first down with 1:19 left. Time running out on Kansas State. Oklahoma in a prevent back there, and Beasley comes up firing incomplete. The coordinating producer of ABC's College Football is Bob Goodrich. Our director of production, Bob Toms. The executive producer of ABC's College Football is John Filippelli. And the executive producer of ABC Sports is Howard Katz. Rocky Kalmus still on the Butkus list of finalists. His high school team in Jenks, Oklahoma, won their 5th straight 6A title for Alan Trimble, a guy that's put on a lot of football players for Nebraska and Oklahoma over the years. And now it's the Sooners who might be on their way to a national title, or at least a shot at it. They've got Beasley trapped, but he got rid of it. And pickup of about 3 as Rock Cartwright's dropped by Roy Williams. That defense is a good one.
It really is, and it's been underrated all year long because of the success of the spread offense, the number of points, and Josh Heupel, the number of points they put up on the board.
3rd down at 7. Beasley going to take off with it just to get the first down, and he got more than that. And out to the 42-yard line with the first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, but only 38 seconds remain.
It's been a special year for Oklahoma whenever you go undefeated, but one of the reasons is they haven't had any injuries. Not one starter or backup has missed a game because of injury. They've had everybody play every game.
Beasley, deep drop, going deep, got a man out there, great catch. Martez Wesley pulled it down, pick up a 27. 26 seconds left. If they get this thing in the end zone, we're still going to see an onside kick.
That was a great throw by Beasley. And
his best of the night.
Yeah, no question. And he went to Wesley, who wasn't so well covered. They've been looking for Morgan all night.
Let's see if they go the end zone right here. They can ill afford to have it down before the first down marker because they're out of timeouts. Delayed blitz coming from the secondary. Jones almost got him. Incomplete. Went through Derek Straight's hands. Again intended for Wesley.
Should have been intercepted.
Now we're down to 13 seconds. Bob Stoops has been questioned mercilessly about the Oklahoma Sooner schooner and whether the wheels were set to fall off the wagon the last 3 weeks. And he said, I don't see too many teams out there that are 11-0. There's nobody out there 12-0. They're 13 seconds away from it.
Oklahoma has won 6 national titles. 3 by Wilkinson and 3 by Barry Switzer.
Beasley wants a throwback to the end zone. He's got a man out there, and it's caught by Morgan. Touchdown, Kansas State. It's not over. 6 seconds, all that's left, though.
Morgan just went out and out-jumped the defensive back. He said, just throw it to me. I've been doing that all day. If you just give me the ball.
The biggest problem they've got, Bob, is I don't know, even if you can have a successful onside kick, it'll take 6 seconds. I don't think there's much they can do except make this more respectable.
The clock doesn't start until the ball is touched on the kick.
So they'd need a great kick, and then they'd need to put it on the leg of their Rosa Award candidate. So we've got a play or 2 left.
Throws out to the right and throws back. You just throwing this up. That ball should not. Morgan just out jumps straight. That's straight number 2.
And Quincy Morgan, a big play receiver. There's got to be, and I know from personal experience, a little frustration inside that young man, because you can see there, he can go up in the crowd and get the ball. And what he was probably looking for all day long in the midst of all the great coverage by the Oklahoma defense was just a chance to do that, go up and get the ball, but he never had it.
They both have great vertical jumps, but one guy's 3 inches taller, and it showed on that play. And the hands team will come out for Oklahoma with 6 seconds remaining.
Well, what you've got an onside kick that the clock doesn't start until it's touched. And then you've got to get a field goal, or you'll have one play if you get it. If Kansas State gets it, then you've got one play, and it won't be in position enough to kick a field goal. You'd have to throw the ball down the field.
So unless they try a bit of a line drive instead of a total onside, it's just not going to travel far enough. Even if they recover, to give them a crack, they'd have to have one play and try to throw it a mile. So all the receivers are up there within 10 yards of the ball for Oklahoma.
You know, Oklahoma has everybody up within 10 yards. They got nobody back right. If they pop that ball,
they'll go to the left, and Damian Mackey's got it.
That's it.
And that's it. The Sooners survive another one. And Josh Heupel, despite the fact he had some misfires and 3 interceptions, has led his team to its 12th victory of the season in one more snap.
He's a complete quarterback, and he beat them in a lot of different ways.
And now the chance from the Sooners of war number 1. And nobody else can make the claim they've got.
Well, they beat all the teams, all the tough teams, all the right teams in the Big 12 during the season. And now they come back and they win the championship game.
The Sooners are going to Miami. Some of the players Bob Stoops coached or recruited at Kansas State, he's congratulating. You saw Fadafei and Heupel embrace, and now Coach Snyder making his way through the traffic as his team put on a gutsy performance and came up just a little bit short. You might have heard Mark Mangino say, Coach, thank you for everything. That pretty much says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go down to Lynn Swann.
Well, Coach, right behind you.